And there we go. We're good to go.
We're ready?
Yeah.
Is it working? Okay.
Yeah, I think everything's good.
All
Cat's
right.
on my lap. Got my vegetable juice. I'm good to go. Now, we don't actually have a title for this podcast yet, so it's Untitled Podcast.
It'll be a work in progress, number one.
That's
sort
right.
of.
To give a bit of, a little bit of background, my name's Chris.
I'm Brenden.
Yep. And we're kind of just nobodies. We just kind of like to talk about a wide variety of subjects and figure it'd be fun to record it and put it on the internet, and maybe people will listen and we'll make that mad ad money eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe.
Oh, is it 300,000 podcasts on the internet?
At least.
300,001.
And we'll be 300,001.
That's correct.
So.
And ours is different. So
Yeah.
listen to us.
Listen, because it's going to be so different. We have a cat.
We have a cat right now. We don't have any video,
Yep.
which automatically sets us up for a bit of failure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But eventually, maybe we'll get a nice webcam.
eventually,
Yeah.
if we get that ad money from like the 10 people who may or may not listen to this
That's
whole
okay.
thing.
Well, I think we're pretty entertaining. So.
I think we could be entertaining.
I think
But
so.
here's the deal, though. I think one thing that's kind of cool is we do have a wide variety of interests.
We have a lot of things we could talk
We
about.
have a lot of shit to talk about.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
We have a lot to talk about.
That's
so.
right. Isn't that right, Cat? And my cat's named Cheddar, so if you hear random references to a little cat named Cheddar, that's what it is.
Yep, here she goes.
I'll have to make sure that I talk like into the mic, as I think I keep messing
should
it up.
pick it up pretty good, so.
Okay. Well, like I said, it's a work in progress.
Well,
so.
we'll figure it out.
But yeah, lots of stuff to talk about. So regarding like the theme of this podcast or what our subject is, I know some podcasts have like a very strict kind of like a theme or a schedule that they stick to. We don't have that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you didn't tell me we had a schedule.
No, we
beforehand.
did.
I was getting a little worried.
We just
there.
kind of show up and talk about shit. We talk about shit that we that we like to talk about. So
Yep.
for us, it's probably going to be a wide variety of things. Mostly, it's going to be sports and nerd shit.
Yep, but I mean, I think a lot of people relate to that. So
I don't
maybe
know. We'll see.
you'll listen to like half the podcast, and that's cool. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, there you go. Welcome to Untitled Podcast
Number
with Chris
one.
and Brendan.
Yep,
And maybe a third guy.
but we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
We're still trying to recruit a guy who's all the time working. Cause,
That's right.
We have that.
Oh, maybe we'll get guests.
Oh, we could do rotating guests from our group of
A group of like 5 people.
yeah. See who can make it on certain days and want to talk about things.
That's correct.
I used to run a podcast way back in the day when I was like.
Did you know?
I did when I was.
Did that count? Because you're not that old.
No, it was
What's
probably
way
when I
back
was,
in the day
well,
for
probably
you?
when I was probably about 8 or 9 years ago. I was pretty young. I was maybe about 10 or 11.
Yeah, that's like tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny
No,
Brendan.
I'm going back and listening to it now. We used to do like movie reviews and we talk about like gaming news,
Oh,
like
that's
IGN
cute.
and stuff. It was fun, but my God, I go back and I
Oh.
listen to myself. I'm like, oh
Bet
my
it
God.
was pretty shitty.
I mean, we're kind of insightful because we actually did our research and stuff. Like we'd go on like different, like we go to like IGN and we go to like
Bringing
like
credibility.
Kotaku. Yeah, so
to
we
the
do some
random movie reviews
so,
online.
No, so when we talk about gaming news, we go to a bunch of different websites and get sources and then talk about our opinions on it, which was cool. And it
That
was
is
fun
cool.
back in the day, but you go and you listen to it now and you're like, oh my God.
This is bad.
I sound
shitty.
Yeah, you're like, oh my goodness, maybe this is why they don't let kids have Facebook accounts because they make regrettable shit like this.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's okay though. Do you still have Facebook?
Sort of. It's like a
Sorta, kinda.
yeah, I
don't
have
know.
it, but it's like it's deactivated right now.
We need to activate it so we can advertise.
Wanna
'Cause I don't
advertise on
have
Facebook
any
Twitter.
social media
Yeah,
presence. I
Facebook,
have
Twitter,
Instagram
YouTube,
that I don't
Instagram.
use.
Yep.
I have Instagram that I don't use.
That's
and
like the
it.
only one
of like
I
the
ever
20
use.
people that I have following me or whatever it is.
I know. I keep tagging you and stuff, and you like hardly ever see
Well, it's
it.
because I haven't used it for like months. I think.
Don't
I
you have a
know.
Snapchat that you don't ever use?
Maybe.
I think so. So
I might.
you're
I'm not
the
really sure.
yeah, man. Oh yeah, follow us on all these things, but don't worry about Christian. He's not gonna
We'll just make different accounts. We'll make a separate account
Yeah.
specifically
for
for
just
it.
this.
For
What's
just
it gonna be
this.
called? Untitled.
Untitled
Untitled
podcast
account.
with Christian and Brendan, or Chris and Brendan, however I choose to do it, but something
Fun
like
stuff.
that anyway. But there's a lot of cool shit going on right now.
Like?
And the first thing I want to talk, well, the NHL Hart Trophy.
Who's gonna win it?
Who's gonna win it?
I honestly,
Taylor Hall.
McKinnon.
No,
They made the playoffs.
Yeah, so did Hall. So did
Yeah,
the Devils.
but McKinnon, I don't know, man. That's
No, but like, look at their. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw something at you though. They both made it. I think Are the Devils the second or the first wild card in the East?
Second.
I think they're the second.
Same with Colorado, second wild card. In the
I
West.
knew Colorado was because they beat St. Louis.
Yeah, that was. Did you watch that game?
No, I didn't. I didn't get to see it.
St. Louis is up, I think 2-1 at
and
least
then they
at one point.
Didn't they come back?
Colorado came back and won at 5-2.
Well, McKinnon definitely. I think he would, like, if he won it, like, he deserves it. But here's the deal: Taylor Hall's like a stronger version. Not a stronger version, but he has like a stronger case, and it's like the same sort of case as McKinnon has. Like neither one of them, like obviously they didn't win the scoring title. That's Connor McDavid, the real MVP.
The real MVP.
You could tell we're from Edmonton.
Yeah. So,
but
I mean, well, we have our opinions on that, but
Connor McDavid should win every year he's healthy and plays the whole year.
Well, I think it's a testimony to how good he is as a player for a guy to be able to
even be in that conversation.
A guy to win the scoring title and do better than he did last year.
Yeah.
On a team that regressed.
Shit.
Like a team that went back like the second most points in the NHL behind the Montreal Canadiens. Like, they have 5%. They have a 5% odd to win the draft lottery.
That's great. And it's funny. You look, like I've said this before, but if you look at McDavid's stat line, you'd be like, shit, the Oilers made the playoffs, didn't they? He's like 108 points plus 20 or whatever it is.
He almost has
crazy.
more points than the second and third guys on our team.
What's he got, like 40 more points than Draisaitl, or 38, I think?
Draisaitl had about 70.
70
something
or something, like that. And it's like, damn. See, that's crazy. All the arguments I'm about to make for Taylor Hall, you could make for McDavid. It's just McDavid. The Oilers didn't come close.
You could make him. The thing is, you can make the argument for a lot of people, though. Like even like. I think a guy that won't get as many votes as I think that he should will be Claude Giroux.
I agree. Claude Giroux deserves it.
Like the fact that Philadelphia was on a 10-game losing streak, and a lot of them were in overtime in the beginning of the year, but they turned it around.
No, they didn't turn it. Claude Giroux said, "Fuck it, I'm going to have a 100-point season."
Yeah, exactly, right. And who would have expected at the beginning of the year for Claude Giroux to reach 100 points?
I thought he was not done, but you figured he's past his scoring prime. I figured that 93 points he had, that was like quite a number, like a few years ago. I figured that would be his peak. Right, and usually that's the case, although there's been a couple guys like that who've been kind of peaking at like 28, 29.
Yeah.
Like, Kopitar,
like
too.
This year.
Yeah, or Patrick Kane a couple of years ago. I think he was 26.
Yeah.
Something like that. Someone is probably, if anyone does listen to this, they'll probably yell like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, we don't have...
He wasn't that... We don't have a guy looking stuff up.
We can pull up stats, but we
don't want to.
Yeah, we'll talk out of our ass.
Yeah, we'll do that for a while, and hopefully it goes well. But
I'm just kidding. We really need it.
Well,
cell phone.
Yeah, you have your phone. Yeah, perfect. So we can time it too. Yeah. But yeah, Kopitar had like a career year at like 28, 29 or whatever he is. Same with Claude Giroux, Patrick Kane, like 2 years ago, career year. Not like because I think generally scoring prime isn't at like 23, 24. Like for forwards, just in general. Taylor Hall, actually, I guess he's like 26, right?
Is he already that old?
He's I know, because he was 18. He came into the league, so.
Yeah, squandered potential.
But anyway, after all of that, I'm gonna make the case for Taylor Hall because, and it's kind of it's between him and McKinnon for me. Like, I agree with you because I don't.
I'd give it to McDavid, but I'm not a voter.
It's really, as we said, it's really McDavid. But given that that's not going to happen because the Oilers are so shitty, it's going to be probably Taylor Hall or Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah, that's my opinion of it as well.
And we'll talk about some other guys too. But I think Taylor Hall, the difference between him and McKinnon is they both made the playoffs. They have about the same amount of points. I think Taylor Hall finished with 93 and McKinnon had 96 or 95, something like that. Right?
I'll take a look.
Sure, but they're about the same, right? Yeah. They're both about high 30 goal scorers and the 90 points, right? Yeah. But Taylor Hall did it with less because there's that other what's the gap between Taylor Hall and the next leading scorer on the team? Nico Hischier's good, but he only had 50 points. That's a 40-point gap.
Yeah, well, who's the second most points on Colorado?
80 points. There's a point a game. There's a point. I can't remember his name, but I think he's either a rookie or he's a new player, but he was playing on McKinnon's
McKinnon
line.
At 97 and Hall at 93.
Yeah. But look up, keep going down. You'll see
Hall
another guy
also played 2 more games.
But you'll see it. Well, Hall was hurt too, wasn't
McKinnon,
he?
So did McKinnon.
Right. Yeah, that's right. But scroll down and you'll see the other guy from Colorado who had a really, really good year. He had like 80 points.
Is it Mikko Rantanen?
Yes, that's correct. He's the guy playing
84.
He's the guy playing with McKinnon.
Yeah.
Now here's the deal. McKinnon probably elevated that guy's game. Like I don't watch Colorado closely enough to say, but he probably did, right? It's probably like the Pat Kane, Artemi Panarin thing.
He did all right, Panarin.
Panarin did great. He did better than Kane. He was a point a game, and Kane was like in the 70s at -20. Although but Chicago was.
To be fair, Chicago had a bad year.
They had a weird year.
They have a lot. They have a lot to do in the off season.
I think so. But anyway, to go back to that though, Taylor Hall didn't have even that sort of guy to play with, right? If you look at the statistics,
I guess, but I still think that New Jersey did fairly well though, regardless of whether Hall was in or out.
No, I don't.
Like they still won when he was injured.
Yeah, but Colorado, both teams won enough without their guy to make the playoffs. So you're right. Colorado really struggled.
When the difference between McKinnon being in and out of the lineup for Chicago, or not Chicago, sorry, so for Colorado.
Get your teams right.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about Chicago because of how.
Well, we should talk about them too.
The Blackhawks.
There's a bigger disappointment than. Oh, they're not a bigger disappointment than Edmonton, but they're right there.
They were. Okay, we'll get into this.
We'll get
into
that after.
I just think if you look at everything, like especially if we're talking for the player that's most valuable to their team.
Oh, this is another thing that bothers me.
I don't like this. I don't like this stupid semantic debate. But I think
nobody knows what the award's for.
I know if it's the best player for their league, it's McDavid.
If it's most valuable for their team, McDavid wins too.
I
so
still
it doesn't
think
matter.
so. But
whatever.
If they have to make the playoffs,
if you have to. Okay,
unless if your name is Mario Lemieux or 3 other guys from the 50s.
To be fair, like when Lemieux won it and they didn't make the playoffs. I think he was scoring like 160
points. Yeah, he had 30 points over I think he had almost 20 points more than Gretzky, and he was like 30 over the next guy.
And the other thing that I think helped Lemieux is that he probably we'd have to look at this, but I don't think he played the full year. And they had an abysmal record without him,
and
so that really showed.
Missed.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Whereas McDavid played the whole year and they weren't even close.
Yeah,
but.
It's scary though to think about if a guy who plays 82 games, 108 points on a team that sucks,
and still doesn't get any real consideration for MVP.
He should.
I hope he wins. I hope he wins at least. The most
Ted
outstanding.
Lindsay?
Yeah, the Lindsay Award. Yeah. I hope he wins that. He deserves it.
I
don't know how much the players respect him. He won last year, so
I'm sure he'll get it again this year.
We'll see.
So,
but anyway, Taylor Hall versus Nathan McKinnon. That's probably the MVP.
I think that's probably the MVP.
I think I would give it to Taylor Hall.
I'd probably give it to McKinnon, but I wouldn't. Like, if I had to make my votes, I'd put them both on my ballot.
And your argument is just the record without McKinnon is just shit, right? Yeah,
Taylor, while there's more of a disparity between McKinnon being gone and Hall being gone.
What is the Devils' record without Hall? Because he missed quite a good. He played 75. He played 75, didn't he?
Yeah, 74.
Okay, so he missed like 6-8 games or something like that. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. I think either one. What do you think? Kucherov or Giroux will get any serious?
I think
Kucherov will.
I think Giroux deserves consideration.
I agree.
And I also
because he's just to throw something at you to interrupt you. Sorry, but I think Claude Giroux's case is basically a stronger version of Nathan McKinnon's case because both teams barely made it, and then Giroux just played more, and they both have guys supporting them, but they're still the driving force on offense on each of their teams. I really do think, Giroux just seems like a stronger version of McKinnon. And I know that all 3 cases are the same. Like none of them led the league in scoring, but they all drove their teams and helped them make the playoffs.
It was so night and day difference with McKinnon in and out of the lineup that it's hard for me to say because
I don't know if Giroux even missed time.
I don't think he
probably
did,
not. Nothing significant that he did.
And another guy I think that deserves some votes that probably won't get it, and probably rightfully
Sidney
so.
Crosby.
No,
probably not.
He's good.
He is.
He'll
good.
probably
He
end up
year.
getting votes.
Yeah, I bet he will because
And Ovi means the same way. He had a good year.
He had a solid.
Almost 50 goals.
I know, he had 49. That's too bad.
Imagine if he got 50. That would have been
awesome.
insane. And then people would have been like, he's got to be the best pure goal scorer.
I don't know what that doesn't mean to be he's just the best goal scorer.
That's what I mean. In the NHL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, ever.
we could make that debate. We'll debate that later.
I agree. I mean, I
think you can make that
but it's
argument.
tough because I don't think we've watched any of the old.
I've only seen highlights
NHL,
of some of the old school,
but
like Gretzky
it's
and Lemieux.
it's such a
and guys
different
like
game.
That's
it's hard
true.
to
But
compare.
if you adjust,
yeah,
for like you do that era adjustment thing for his goals, I think he's got. I think the third best, or maybe it's the best goal, like single goal scoring.
He is third
season.
best right now.
Just in single season, I
yeah.
mean. But you know that 65 goal year he had a couple of years ago?
Yeah, if you adjust that for eras.
That's right there. I think it's up there with like Brett Hull and stuff like that.
Gretzky.
Well, I think Gretzky gets hit pretty hard by, like, he still has remarkably good numbers if you era adjust, but he gets hit pretty hard.
Well, of course.
Like he drops like
he played in the 80s
points or something, but I mean he still led the league by like 100 points or whatever it was.
He was like 200
215 was his record.
His best year. So
and then he had like 200 points. That's not whatever. He's like Wilt Chamberlain and him in their respective sports. It's not even fair to compare statistically. It's not fair.
Yeah.
But anyway, are we talking about other guys who should get votes?
A guy that won't, but probably should, and I'm probably gonna get some flack for this. Brad Marchand.
Fuck Brad Marchand.
The guy's
sorry, Brad Marchand. Don't beat me up.
The guy is
somehow hear
this. In like the last 2 seasons, the guy is the best point per game
really
record
good.
of everybody.
He's
His problem is that he can't play a full season.
Well, yeah, because he gets suspended.
But
that pisses me. Why?
And he's got the most. He's got like a franchise and almost like.
But why hasn't? I don't understand why he hasn't been suspended by like Rafi Torres or something. Like he keeps going out to hurt guys.
I don't think he does though. I think
he totally does.
The problem with,
he goes out to hurt people.
I think the problem with Brad Marchand is the second that anything even remotely kind of scary happens is he because he's a repeat offender. It's an auto suspension.
Yeah.
Like I think that. Yeah, he did that stupid. What was it like? Slash behind the guy's knee or like kneed a guy earlier this year.
What team was that? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Because I know. Yeah, I know.
But I remember he got suspended for 5 games for that, and then. But I do remember. The other game, like he was just going off the bench and he collided with a dude, and everyone's like, "Oh, should he get suspended for it?" And the refs gave him a penalty, and I'm like, "He just collided with a guy."
Yeah, like, I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Like Marchand,
but he does so much.
He straddles that line.
It's not even he just goes over the line. It's not straddling the line. He just goes over the line.
But I think because he's a repeat offender, anytime that anything happens with him, even if it's intentional or not, the guy gets like. People are like, he should be suspended.
Yeah, because of his record. If you look at what he does, he's so dirty, and he doesn't have to be that dirty. He's a really good hockey player. He's actually
a really good hockey player.
Like you said, his point per game was it tops.
It
was close to tops. It wasn't tops.
It is. It was
That's awesome. Like he's really good,
and it's been like that for the last 2 seasons.
And like it doesn't help that I'm not really a Bruins fan, so maybe that's.
I'm not a major Bruins fan either. But
I just don't like that dirty. I don't like that really dirty plays. Like that's probably the reason. Like. I'm gonna get flack for this. I'm not a big Scott Stevens fan. Like I didn't get to watch him play in his prime, but then you watch his highlights and it looks like he's headhunting guys.
Sometimes, yeah.
And it's kind of frustrating. You know, this is not my thing. But
yeah, I agree.
Like play like rough. That's fine.
I wish that he didn't sometimes cross the line so much because he'd be such a good player.
Well, he already well, do you think he'd be as good if he didn't play like that?
I think.
Like I don't watch him play. Like
I think there's a difference between the intensity and then like sometimes the things that he does. But he's not the only one. I mean, we can, and I'll get flack for this, but you've seen, you can.
What are you gonna say?
Sidney Crosby's done it.
No, he hasn't.
He chopped off Mark Mathot's finger.
That was pretty bad, but that was
and then the game before that, he speared Ryan O'Reilly in the nuts.
That was a bad stretch for Sid.
But see, Sidney Crosby goes and Brad
Sidney Crosby used to be pretty bad.
Sidney Crosby goes and he does and he doesn't do it all the time, but he goes and he crosses the line because he's a competitor.
No, I think every player does a bit, but Marchand goes out and just looks like he deliberately tries to hurt guys. Sid's never hit a guy from behind.
No, but Sidney Crosby's speared a guy from behind and then scored a goal. Or a guy's crossing the line and he hacks the guy's fingertip off.
Okay, you're talking about 2 incidents that happened very close together.
Because I saw them. I was watching them play.
It's 2 incidents. But he doesn't have a history. His big thing that people got on him for was whining to the refs, and he's not nearly as bad about that
as he's gotten older.
But
I still think you see players do that all the time. But I think because Brad Marchand is Brad Marchand, he gets a worse time for it than other players.
Because he's because he's more highlighted. Yeah, maybe.
Because it's more highlighted.
I mean, that's a good point.
Because there are people in the league that have done it and that get away with it.
I guess.
And
well,
he's
except for Rafi Torres.
Except for Torres.
He got kicked out of the league,
but Torres was so
He was
bad.
pretty bad.
He was like...
He was terrible.
He was like Todd Bertuzzi bad.
No, he wasn't. Todd Bertuzzi did one thing.
Yeah, I know, but...
And that was terrible. That was like a
Steve
stud,
Moore?
literally
Yeah,
just
that was...
assault.
Yeah.
And that was terrible.
That could have ended his life, yeah.
Yeah, and it ended his career, too. It was a really shitty thing to do. But here's the deal. Rafi Torres did that...
On a nightly basis.
Every time he came back. Did you see, like, I don't remember if it was the last one he got suspended for, but I think he came back from his, like, 40-game suspension or whatever it was. Yeah. Like, it was some big suspension he came back for, and, like, the first thing he did, he's playing on the wing. He skates to the other side of the ice off his wing and then hits the guy in the head. It's like his first shift. Yep. Like, oh, my God, Rafi, I liked you in Edmonton,
That's the thing, too. He was really good in Edmonton. He was a good power forward.
Bottom six, right? Yeah, he's good. I think he had like 27 goals.
He was like our Zach Cassian. He kind of elevated himself in the playoffs. He was like
better than Zach Cassian because he had a good regular. He had a couple of solid regular seasons.
And then he was crazy in the playoffs.
Yeah, which is awesome. Yeah. But then he went insane.
Too many concussions or something. I don't know.
Yeah, as the concussions. And did you remember that? When he dressed like Jay-Z? Yeah, he got in trouble for that.
Did you see? I was gonna say on the topic of concussions, did you see the NHL came out and they denied the CTE testing stuff?
No, I did not.
Again?
What?
Did you again.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yep.
Old Boys Club.
Yep. So that's a whole... Apparently,
what do you mean they got concussions?
That might go...
Suck it up.
So that might go to court now, and that's a really... dumb.
I need to read more into this. I haven't actually checked any news for like. I should have today. Of all the days, I didn't check my hockey news.
Yeah,
I didn't check today.
I keep up with there's a YouTube channel I keep up with. This guy called the Hockey Guy. He's based in BC there, and he's pretty good news source for. It's usually where I get my hockey from. So
okay.
And he was talking about it the other day, and I'm like,
That doesn't surprise me, but it's also sad.
It is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
I mean, you look at guys and just like...
Who's that? Do you know that? There's that one fellow. Oh, shit. He's like a retired enforcer, right? Like he's one of those guys.
Oh,
you know that story that came out? Like,
was it for the
he's
Penguins?
Homeless? I don't remember, but his father came out and said that he's like a homeless guy.
Oh
now,
yeah,
and
he's like, living in up and down east there.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's
name. That's terrible, eh?
Yeah, no, shitty. He's like broken.
Yeah, that's what. Well, he denied it. That's what his dad said, and he said that's a lie.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, Dad?
Yeah.
But that sucks.
Even if it is, that's like okay. Couple things. We'll go off some more rumors. But did you see the guy? He used to play at wing for Lemieux back in like the 90s. That guy. And then he ended up...
I don't know his name.
He ended up getting like addicted to drugs and stuff, like
that sucks.
Cocaine and charges. He went to prison and stuff. Now he's working. Right. Now he's working in the organization as some sort of scout, and he's really turned things around.
Oh, good for him. That's awesome.
Like it's like I can't remember the guy's name either. I saw
it's still shitty. That's still a shitty like situation for a lot of these guys. Yeah. So that sucks. But I'm glad I never got hit in the head really hard. Like, I never played crazy hockey, but I'm glad
me
that
neither.
never happened to me.
I'm glad my one concussion was fairly brief and it wasn't
you had a concussion?
I did.
Know that. I didn't know that.
It was my first year Pee-wee. I got crammed behind because I'm at the time I was probably maybe like 5'7" or so, 5'6", and there's this guy on the other
because you would have been tiny.
I was a tiny dude. Yeah. And there's this one guy on this Stony Plain team, and I can't remember his first name, but his last name was like Ryan or something like that.
His last
and because he had his name
Ryan
on his jersey
from Stony Plain. He gave Brenden a concussion.
No, and it was him and another guy. I never saw the other guy. I just remember this guy because he was like 6'3" when we're all like 5'6", right? This kid was big. And I went behind the net to go get the puck, and I got crushed between two guys and hit my head on the boards.
Sucks.
It was not a fun time.
See, I only got hit in the head like I was pretty good about keeping my head up. Like I said, I never played like crazy competitive hockey.
Yeah, me neither.
I think the highest I got was like midget A or something. Yeah. And but I was pretty good about like keeping my head up and everything like that. The only time I think I got caught, I got hit, and I went. Either I got hit or I tripped because I suck. Yeah. But then I was on my knees going through like over the blue line into the offensive zone. Yeah. And then this little kid came up and he smoked me right in the head. He put it like cross-check to the head. I was on my knees. And you're like, oh. And I was like, whoa, okay, where am I? Yeah. And I don't think I had a concussion or anything, but it was like, what the hell?
My head was kind of sore for about 4 days. It was not fun. Yeah, it's pretty sensitive.
That happens. But, and here I am. Do some Muay Thai.
Yeah, well, hey,
here I want to do it.
I mean, it could be worse.
I'm gonna get knocked out, Brenden, before this is all said and done. Yeah, I'm gonna get knocked out probably, and it's gonna suck.
It's okay.
We'll see.
Look at what's his name? Chuck Liddell got knocked out a lot. But
I don't want to be Chuck Liddell though.
Just put a guard. Just put up a guard. That's all I can say.
Just keep your hands up. I can tell you've been in a lot of fights. Just keep your
hands up. Yeah, that'll help. Unless you want to be Chuck, in which case you're Superman.
I'm gonna like go to block. Like someone's gonna fake me with a low kick and then go high, and I'm gonna take a shin to the jaw, and I'm gonna get killed. But we'll see.
Anyway. I was going to say, back to hockey rumors. Did you see what they said about George LaRock said about Taylor Hall?
Yeah, that's bullshit. You can't say so that without a source. He's on drugs. I like George LaRock.
I know.
That's such a stupid thing to say. Because he didn't back it up with
No, he said, I heard it from some sort of hockey
guy,
agent.
And then they traded him. I mean, here's the deal. I heard from some, because I've heard from some guys who've done, here's very anecdotal, I guess, this. I have nothing to back this up. I have heard that Taylor Hall likes to party.
As of,
from just friends who go out to the ranch and shit
because we're based here out of Edmonton. Yeah. And we, like I said, I had some friends as well that
Edmontonians hear the rumors.
Well, we actually, I have some friends personally that have been out to certain bars and they've run into Taylor Hall.
Yeah. Well, I saw Taylor, I saw him at a cafe.
Yeah.
So that was just kind of cool.
But I've heard that he's a young kid who likes to party. And I'm sure we all
like
do.
To party.
But he's got money.
Yeah, exactly. He has the money that we don't have.
Yeah, exactly. And so regardless of what happens, his off-ice stuff is...
say that.
Yeah, and his off-ice stuff is his own personal business. It's nobody else's stuff, right?
No, the thing is, there's one...
and then
it's one thing to say, Taylor... we've heard Taylor Hall likes to party. We've seen him at the ranch doing line dances.
But to tell people...
But there's he's got a coke problem.
He's got a drug addiction, and that's why the Oilers
he was just in rehab. What are you doing, George?
He just got out of rehab.
On, man.
Without a source, too. It's
I know.
We love
that's
George
so
disrespectful.
Remember that goal he scored in the playoffs here? I didn't know he had hands. He did that nice deke. I think he went forehand, backhand score, and then he had the awesome celebration.
Yeah.
That was during the cup, the
2006
cup run. That was awesome.
The other thing we hold on to in hope here.
Yeah, that's right. We have these two glimmers of hope in the past, 12 years, 2 playoff appearances and 1 cup run. Yep. Thanks, Ryan Smith. You're still my favorite.
Yep.
But anyway, and Chris Pronger, I guess, even though he got messy. Got ran into town. That's too bad.
That's too bad. He was a good player, too.
He's great. He's the best defenseman we've had
in a long time
since the 80s.
Yeah.
Which is too bad.
Yeah. He was good.
We miss you, Chris Pronger. Not anymore. Now he's 40, but...
Yeah, he works for what? Safety protocol, concussion
kind of
stuff?
Interesting.
Well, because he got a bunch, did he not? That's why he had to retire.
He was kind of dirty, though.
Yeah, he had
an eye thing.
Yeah.
Something happened with his eye, I think.
Yeah, well, I thought it was from concussions and his retina got detached, I thought,
that was the thing that I think did it.
And it messed up his...
concussion thing, is it?
It was from getting hit in the head so many times.
But I remember, I'm not a huge he was great when he was here. I'm not a huge Pronger fan, but he's good. He's a great defenseman.
Yeah, he's
definitely.
Isn't he still technically signed to the Arizona Coyotes?
Maybe.
I think he was maybe up until last year.
Yeah, I know they traded that contract. Yeah. Pavel Datsyuk is technically playing
signed for the Red Wings, right?
Is it Red? No, they traded the contract as well. I think it's Arizona.
I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of stuff.
I think his contract's still in the league. Like I said, someone's probably
no. Kovalchuk doesn't.
It's not true.
Isn't Kovalchuk's rights still owned by the Devils too?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he wants to come back next year too.
He said that last year.
Yeah, but he can now. His contract's almost up with
in the K.
With KHL there, and he played. He played in the Olympics. He won his gold.
He did. Him and Datsyuk
from Russia.
Yeah,
such bullshit, but whatever.
Yeah, that's okay. You gonna watch the World Championship?
Maybe.
McDavid and Nuge are there. I think Talbot's in it too.
That's too bad.
He's okay. Hopefully
Talbot had a tough year.
He did, and he played a lot better of a second half. I will say his first half was up. Yeah. A couple games in the ending.
I stopped watching as much. I followed the stats and I watched the highlights.
I also stopped watching by the very end.
We're not true fans. You guys don't even watch the game. I think I missed the
last. Well, I missed the last 8 because I was I'll just watch the highlights. But
okay,
I was gonna watch the last game with the Sedins, but I was busy that night.
Oh, okay.
So I heard that it was really classy though.
That's pretty cool.
Because remember,
sorry to interrupt you. Just I like the Sedins. I don't think they get enough credit.
They don't. The fact
they seem like really good guys.
And I've heard they're great athletes and they're good they're nice people.
Athletically, the stat line speaks for itself. They each have over 1,000 points. They both have won major awards back-to-back years, which is pretty cool. Cup final.
They're first and second in the all-time points for Canucks. You know, both of them have over 1,000 points in their careers.
Yep,
it's
and they both won the Art Ross.
Yep.
and Henrik won the Hart, and Daniel he should have won the Hart.
If Henrik wasn't there, you would have had the Hart.
No, it wasn't Henrik. No, that year it was Corey Perry.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that year Corey Perry decided to be good for half a season?
Yeah, Corey Perry decided to carry the Ducks to the playoff.
You know what? I'm a big Ducks fan, but I just want to quick before we get to the Ducks. But yeah, and then like you just said, all accounts they're great in the community.
I heard they're the nicest people.
They seem like really cool guys. They're good sports.
Yeah,
seem like really good.
It was
guys.
Nice because I remember, being from Edmonton and everything. I remember the night that Ryan Smith retired, and after the Sedins, shook his hand. And they gave him a hug, and they did like a really classy thing for him. It was nice to see the Oilers organization do the same for the Sedins on their way out.
Well, they're like I said, they're just great. They seem like really good guys. Do you think they make the Hall of Fame though?
Oh yeah,
you think so?
Absolutely.
Their numbers they're good, but they're not
they'll make
slam dunk Hall of Fame.
They'll make the Hall of Fame. I think they deserve to be in the top 100 more than Jonathan Toews.
Oh, there we go. Maybe?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know. You think so?
Yeah,
Jonathan Toews cups that Jonathan Toews single-handedly won.
Jonathan Toews is so
I like Jonathan Toews.
I think he's a great player. He's a great player. He's a great captain, I've heard.
He's nearly as good
he's so overrated.
He's not nearly as good as Evgeny Malkin, who didn't make the top 100. Or even Joe Thornton.
I would have taken the Sedins over Toews in his prime. Sedin prime versus Toews prime.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
they're. Yeah, to be fair, I know you and I talk about this a lot, and we're like, Jonathan Toews, he's so overrated. But if you look at his prime years, not even just what he did, but if you look at the advanced stats and it's just his box stats in his prime years, they're actually quite good. He was a legit MVP candidate for maybe 1 or 2 years.
Absolutely,
he's like a top 5 MVP kind of guy.
But he also had a great team.
That's true, but he was a big part of those great
I think
teams.
so, but look at the Sedins, outside of maybe the 2012 Cup run. Who did they play to? They
played with good players, man. They played with just before they peaked, they were playing with Marcus Naslund and Bertuzzi and Morrison. Yeah. Then when they peaked, they had a lot of good role players around them. Burroughs was actually good at the time.
Yeah, and he wasn't headhunting people in Ottawa,
assaulting guys.
Kneeing Taylor Hall in the back of the head.
How dare you knee Taylor Hall in the back of the head, Alex Burrows?
Because he got hit.
But anyway, they also had the Sedins also played with Roberto Luongo, so they had a very good goalie. I think they had solid defense, nothing like Norris caliber defensemen, but they had solid guys, I believe. The back-to-back President's Trophy winning teams they played on. They had good teams. They were the best players on those teams, clearly. And then they went to the Cup final. But I think
lost Game 7 to Boston.
I do think that the Sedins they're definitely the caliber of Jonathan Toews.
Yeah,
totally.
I think they'll
Toews gets way more
make
credit.
The Hall of Fame. They should.
I think so. But to get to your point, though, I think that they're the same caliber, and yet Jonathan Toews seems to be held in a much higher regard
because Jonathan
of the
Toews,
cups, right?
Yeah, and
which is fair.
Are we talking about? Yeah. I think Toews.
I think he is over because I think
he's
great,
good, but he's not worth.
Well, not anymore. He's not. He's regressed over the past 2-3 years. But like I said, if we're talking about
prime time,
Jonathan
I think
Toews,
they're comparable.
I think they're
I think
offensively the Sedins were better, but Jonathan Toews did a lot
better defensively.
Yeah, and his advanced stats were great.
He could have been a Selke. Did he ever win the Selke?
Yes, he did. He's won one Selke.
I was going to say
and I think he was a candidate, but Patrice Bergeron. That's basically Patrice Bergeron's award.
Unless Bergeron gets injured, then it's the Bergeron award.
It's basically the Bergeron.
Who do you think's winning it this year?
Andrei Kopitar.
I think so.
Yeah, I bet because of his name and his point total.
Yeah,
which is kind of odd that they consider point total. I guess it's two-way forward.
It is two-way, so and his plus minus is pretty good too.
What is it? I don't know what it is. I know it probably is. I know he had 92 points, and the Kings made the playoffs.
He's pretty high up.
He's another guy, by the way, who should get Hart Trophy consideration.
Yeah,
just to go back to that quickly.
I think he should as well. I'm just trying to find him.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
How many points did he finish with this
92.
year? 92. Oh, should be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did too.
I think Sid was 10th with 89.
Andrei Kopitar was plus 21. You know what?
Plus 21.
But if you think about it, though, I'm looking at it now. Claude Giroux's plus 28.
But you think, Claude Giroux But the thing is, Claude Giroux played wing this year, didn't he? They switched him to wing. It'll say center, but they switched him to wing.
Position, it just says forward.
I know they switched him to wing this year. That was the big.
And Giroux played 82 move. Also.
Yeah.
Now that we're looking,
I bet Andrei Kopitar will win it. I don't think they'll give the Selke to a guy who won 100.
A winger, yeah.
The only other, or a winger, that's the bigger deal.
That's really tough.
Whereas
yeah,
a center, they probably give more consideration. I wonder if Sid will get consideration for the Selke.
He was. Oh,
he was only.
He
wasn't.
He was zero.
He was even. Yeah. He had like a lot of power play points this year.
He did, and they had a
tough 5-on-5 shot percentage this year.
And the start this year for the Penguins, they were pretty.
Probably not with a 0. He probably won't.
Yeah,
I bet Andrei Kopitar had like a
and
better
if Bergeron,
Sid season.
I think Bergeron will still get consideration,
even though he was hurt.
He was hurt.
He was playing really well.
I think another guy that might get consideration that I personally don't like, but I think will probably get it.
Oh.
Anaheim. What's his name?
Kessler?
Yeah.
I think
Kessler.
So. How did he do this year?
Fairly decent as per usual. He was injured at the beginning of the year, though.
Yeah,
their whole core was injured at the beginning of the year.
They still made it, though, right?
They did.
Yeah, okay.
The second half of the year, when they finally got healthy, they started rolling. Yep.
Yeah, I don't like Anaheim.
A
bunch of goons. No, I don't know. But
I do and I don't, because I'm still bitter about last year.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
also bitter about
that
unbiased sports commentary over here.
But also, I think that Getzlaf he's a pretty good power forward. As much as you try not to like him because he's
bald.
Yeah, well, it's not because he's bald. It's because he's he plays that physical game, and
I just didn't like.
He's one of the.
Sorry, I didn't like the way they gooned McDavid. I thought that was. I don't like the way that the whole let them play irrationality. It's like, well, if you don't enforce your rules, then what game are you playing?
Yeah, okay. Well, we can get into officiating in the NHL.
Yeah, I know we could. I don't know if I want to.
I don't want to open that can of worms today. Yeah, it's a
big deal. Same with the NBA right now. All the players are pissed off with the refs.
I heard,
There's a bunch of shit going
I don't follow up with the NBA as much, but I've heard that it's just
that's getting like volatile.
Yeah, like I was watching some after some interviews with some of the players after games,
they bitch about it all the time. Yeah, it's pretty bad, but
it's a rough time.
We'll get into
that
maybe.
Yeah,
but anyway,
but
to go back quickly to conclude that. After that whole little aside or whatever, Jonathan Toews in the top 100. We both disagree.
No. Yeah,
I think Duncan Keith and Pat Kane probably deserve it.
Yeah.
I think Jonathan Toews is great.
I don't think
he deserved it.
I
think Evgeny Malkin deserved it. It's not even really Toews' fault. It's more like the guys they left off to put him in that.
Exactly.
And I think I don't understand why Evgeny Malkin was not in the top 100.
He should have been.
It's insane. And then he followed it up with like a 98-point year. He's great. Evgeny Malkin.
Even now, he's
great.
He's what was he, third or fourth?
He's the best player. He was the best player on Pittsburgh this year.
Absolutely.
Like Sid's, like it kind of alternates between him and Sid, but Evgeny Malkin is like Sid caliber. Like I'd still take Crosby, I think.
Yeah.
Just because I think Crosby's been a bit more consistent, even though he's got hurt. But Evgeny Malkin's been consistently great.
It's crazy to think about like the stuff that those guys do despite their injuries. Like I'm pretty sure Crosby's been fighting concussions his whole career, and the guys
not the whole career, but for second half, it kind of sucks. It was like right in his prime too.
I know, but if you think about the numbers and everything that he does,
still very good. And I like how an 89-point year for anybody's like a career year,
and
except for like two guys. Yeah, it's like him and McDavid. If you had an 89-point year, it'd be a disappointment.
I know.
So there you go.
That's
crazy.
That's ridiculous.
And he's like 30. He's not even in.
He's not even in a scoring prime. He's a 30-year-old.
Past prime Sid is still like one of the best players in the league. It's insane. Same with Evgeny Malkin. To be fair, he's like 30 as well.
Yep.
They're both
Ovechkin.
30. And Ovechkin.
Was he 32 or something like that?
I think so.
Gosh.
Something like that. He's almost a 50-goal guy, like 32 years old or whatever it is. That's insane. Yeah. Good for them. They're just great. They're great hockey players.
Yeah. They
So before we get off of hockey, who's your cup pick then? Who are you picking? I know like at the end of the day, like we know a lot of it's luck, injuries, things like that, but if you had to pick, who would you pick? Nashville.
West, Nashville, East.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tampa, but I don't know if they'll make it out of the first round.
Really?
Yeah,
against
New Jersey. Because guess what? New Jersey won the season series. I think
they did. They had their numbers.
That's right.
That's the thing,
and that's a big deal in the NHL. It's like a bit of luck and matchup.
Yeah, but
luck, matchups, things like it's not like the NBA where you can have like 2 or 3 guys dominate. Right.
Out of the East,
I don't think Jersey will win the East. I think they'll give Tampa a run though.
I think in the East, who's going to come out? It's probably going to be Boston.
You think so?
Or
Pittsburgh,
or maybe Washington.
I will never pick Washington.
I can't pick Washington because they can't make it out of the second round.
I don't know why either. They're just cursed.
They just can't make it out of the second round.
And it can't even. Well, the other thing this year is they did lose a lot of depth. They're like a lesser version of last year.
But they still won their division. But
they were. I think they're still worse than last year statistically. Why would they do any better this year? I don't know.
A lot of the teams in that division are a little like it's not. A lot of them, like the Pittsburgh's not as good as they were last year, record-wise.
Well, except for their power play.
Columbus wasn't as good.
Yeah.
New Jersey and
Boston improved, though.
Tampa improved, obviously. New Jersey improved. And Philly improved. Yeah. And Toronto's about where they were last year.
Yeah.
About the same, 100 and some points.
What do you think about Toronto? I think they're going to do anything in the playoffs?
I think that they would have had a better matchup against the Lightning than they do the Bruins.
You think the Bruins are going to take them?
The Bruins did really well against them this year.
Okay. I think I would take the Bruins in that series as well. But
I feel kind of bad because I know...
all the Toronto fans.
What the
fuck?
What the hell? Especially because they're two original six teams too, which doesn't help. So, but I don't know. I think Toronto. I think they're a great team and they're really young, so they got lots of talent.
I think they're not great yet. I think they will be though.
I think they're already good.
They're already good.
Their defensive core too is really shaping up this year. Like they were surprisingly better than I thought they would have been.
Okay.
They're really starting to emerge. Like the fact that those guys put up 2 100-point seasons in a row.
That's impressive.
With young kids.
And they got a good coach, obviously.
And they probably have the best coach in the NHL.
One of the best, probably, by all accounts and awards and all. He's never won coach. Babcock has never won the Adams, which is kind of weird.
But his record speaks for itself.
That's true.
Especially looking when he was in Detroit.
Yeah, he did a lot of good stuff there.
He did.
Yeah, they have a lot of good young players. I know this is like a standard thing to say, but they do. They really do have a lot of good young players, and I'm impressed that their second-year guys like Marner, Nylander, Matthews didn't regress.
No, they either
were equal to or better.
Yeah,
you know,
like Nylander got better.
Mitch Marner put up
got
better numbers
too. And Austin Matthews struggled with injuries, and he was still
better.
Still
better. Yeah, he was over a point a game this year.
Did he get over by the end of the year?
Yep, he had a bit of a tear at the end.
He was better than Draisaitl.
Yeah, he was better than Draisaitl.
Draisaitl struggled with injury at the beginning, and then he had
at the end
issues too.
Yeah, they took him off. I'm worried about that contract a bit now.
I'm not.
I'm not one of those guys who's like trade Draisaitl. Definitely don't trade Draisaitl. But
I'm not worried about it. I don't think that this season's shortcomings are on him.
I don't think it's on him either.
I don't think that...
They had 3 guys who performed up to standard.
Yeah, in fact, if Nuge wasn't hurt, I would have liked to see... He probably would have... Like, he tied his goal totals, like, career.
He had a really good run at the end there.
If he wasn't injured, I'm sure that he would have put up his career
like 30
numbers.
Goals or something, probably.
At least, and probably 60, 70 points.
Yeah, I could see that.
It would have been nice to see.
Him with McDavid all year, yeah.
I want to see that next year.
I hope so. I hope they do that, yeah.
Me too.
But anyway, are you picking out of the West? You're picking Nashville?
I think Nashville's going to win the Cup.
I think Nashville will win the Cup as well.
Dark horse out of the West, though?
L.A.
You think L.A.?
Yeah, man. They got that playoff history, and they made it. They've done that twice
I don't think...
I think honestly, they'll beat Vegas. I bet they'll beat Vegas in the first round.
I can't go against Vegas because every time I've tried, I always get burned. It's like, oh, they're gonna be this expansion team. Nobody's gonna like them. They come first in the Pacific. It's like, no, I can't. I don't know if Vegas...
I'll pick LA over Vegas, though.
No. I think Vegas will go out of that.
Okay.
On the first... The dark horse team I see out of that is San Jose.
I was just going to say, what do you think about the Sharks?
They were pretty hot in the end of the year.
They came on.
And especially when they picked up Evander Kane.
Yeah, he did really, really well.
Yeah.
He's been a good pickup.
That team is a lot better than people, I think, give them credit for.
He's another guy going to the playoffs for the first time.
Yep.
Like him and Hall.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I'm kind of glad for them, too.
I am, too. Yeah. Well, I don't really like Evander Kane.
Well, as a player...
good for him, though.
As a player, he's really good.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, you hear things, but
yeah, exactly. Man, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't know the guy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But Taylor Hall's awesome.
Yeah.
It's because Edmonton.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah,
still
honestly,
like
wish I had him here still.
We miss Taylor Hall.
Yeah.
Taylor, come back.
You too,
sign back.
We miss you too,
Everly. Yeah, you too. You guys shouldn't have got traded.
Yeah, fire shoot.
Anyway. But yeah, I think Nashville.
Yeah, in the West.
I think in the East, I'm going to go... Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh.
It's hard to bet against Pittsburgh.
But they were worse this year.
I don't see them being able to three-peat, though.
It's tough, but if anyone could do it, man,
I think if anybody can do it, it's them.
Yep.
Especially because they have Crosby, they got Malkin. The thing with them that's their issue
And
this
Phil.
year. Yeah, and Kessel, and they have what's his name too on the
Letang.
Yeah, Chris Letang.
And then they have a solid goalie.
I mean, Schultz is
Matt
a good. He
Martin's
can.
a solid goalie.
Schultz is good on the
He's
power
solid,
play.
yeah.
But honestly, I think their biggest issue this year was goaltending.
Yeah, but he got better, didn't he?
Murray
Didn't
did get better, but he
also even strength. Like, I think Sid needs to do
But
more at even strength.
Who would you?
Line.
Who would you take over?
Whoever he's playing with.
No, but who would you take if you could go back and do this season? Would you have Fleury or would you have Murray?
Murray.
Fleury did better.
Yeah, but Murray's younger. And Fleury
This season?
And Fleury wasn't doing as well. That's the other thing, is when he gets to the playoffs,
I mean,
Fleury, except for that.
Fleury,
when they won in 2009, I think it was, he was really, really good.
Last year when Pittsburgh won the Cup, you got to win 16 games.
Yeah, and he won a lot.
He won 9 of them.
But Murray played really well when he came back.
I mean, he did.
He's younger. Going back to it, I would still do what they did and pick Murray because he's the younger goalie with better numbers at the time.
I still,
Fleury's getting old.
You had to look at that this year and be like, ooh.
I still think they made the. We'll see how it pans out in the future.
I know it definitely in the future, especially considering like the age difference between the two. But
yeah.
I mean, by all accounts, Fleury did better and Murray struggled for a good part of the season.
Yeah, but he's back now. He's
doing better. I haven't watched a ton of the last Pittsburgh games because I wasn't.
That's true. I think he's doing better. Someone's probably, like I said, someone's
we can look at his save percentage if you want.
I want to know, but it'd be like for the second half or something because his percentage will be
so
lower.
Many games.
Yeah. So I don't care. We'll look at it.
And also,
later.
the other thing about Fleury too is I don't even think he played like 50 games.
Yeah, I think he was
injured because he had that concussion.
But
he's still
very good though.
I think he's a guy that probably deserves more
trophy recognition.
He'll for the Vezina.
Yeah,
but he probably won't get it because he didn't play enough.
Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna get the Vezina?
I haven't been following it very closely. Yeah, that's right.
Rene will probably get it.
Good record, good numbers. Yeah.
Although a guy I think that might deserve some consideration, and this is a weird one, but Antti Raanta out of Arizona.
What?
Yes. Second half of the season, they were a 500 team, and
they turned it around.
And every time that he played, they won.
I think there's that unwritten rule on most awards that you kind of have to be in the playoffs or at least in contention.
Yeah, but like his save percentage on a team that's that bad was actually really good. There's a reason.
I wonder if we're picking up that truck in the background.
Oh, maybe a little bit.
Close that door.
All right, but anyways, I gotta say, hey, garbage man.
There we go.
So, I was gonna say, a guy that on a team that's by all accounts struggling, and a guy that puts up when he was playing, the team did better, and like his save percentage wasn't bad, and that contract that he just signed, did you see what he got?
No, I didn't.
I think it's I can't remember the actual. It's for 3 years. It's about 4 something million.
That's pretty good.
It's a really good
contract.
With what he did, he could have asked for more elsewhere, but I hear he wants to stay in Arizona.
That's an interesting call.
Apparently, he likes the team.
Okay, so good on him.
So I'm
good
thinking,
for them.
I'm thinking that's a team. If I'm going to pick for like next year, a team that's going to do better.
Don't pick Arizona.
No, I think look at Colorado this year.
Yeah, they don't have a McKinnon-like guy though.
I don't think that they do
like
forward-wise, but I think that young core is starting to come together a little bit. I don't see them doing as bad as they did last year.
That's pretty. You're
like
setting the bar pretty high there.
I don't think they're going to be playoff, but I think they're going to be better.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I think they're starting to get things finally in order. They're a lot further along than I think a team like Buffalo is.
Yeah, Buffalo's is just a mess. I don't even want to talk about that. That sucks.
Well,
they have one guy.
No, okay.
Jack Eichel's good.
Yeah, and Reinhardt did well at the second half.
I guess.
Like the last 20 game stretch, Reinhardt was really good.
Not a Reinhardt. Anybody with the last name Reinhardt fan?
Well, because you don't like Griffin.
Because I don't like Griffin. Well, I don't not.
You don't like
him.
the
I'm
trade.
Just disappointed. Yeah, I'm nothing. Yeah, I don't mind Griffin Reinhardt. I just those trades.
Yeah.
Thanks, Uncle Pete. Yeah.
But no, and Sam Reinhardt did really well.
Yeah.
And Ekblad, another guy that didn't do so well last year, actually had a pretty good season in Florida this year.
Oh, about to say in Florida, yeah. He's solid. I'd trade for Aaron Ekblad if he could.
Florida, man, they almost made the playoffs too, eh?
But Taylor Hall was like, nope.
Yeah.
Not letting you guys in. I'm making the playoffs.
But I was surprised that they, it was
close.
And
they're good.
And when they were mathematically eliminated, they still kept winning.
And they won. Cool. I know they won their
beat
last game.
Boston, so that Tampa finishes first.
There you go.
That was actually an important game.
You're welcome, Tampa.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're picking Nashville
Yeah.
And then I'm going Pittsburgh, and you're going Tampa, right?
Or I think I'm going to go Boston. Just because they were so consistent at the end of the year.
I'm glad we're on the same page
for Nashville.
How
do you go
awesome.
against Nashville?
Love
They're
Nashville.
They are like hands down the most depth scoring team.
I know they're great, and they have really good defense. Yeah, they have a really good goalie.
Vegas is a really good team.
Vegas has a lot of good team scoring.
Yeah, they're the two those. But that's the thing about those two teams is they're quick. They can be pretty physical. They're solid defensively, and they have depth.
Nashville's like a better version of Vegas.
It's like Vegas. Mean? It's like Vegas,
like Nashville.
It's like Vegas is like first year Nashville, kind of like like light Nashville. Nashville's like we've been doing this for 6 years.
Yeah, I give you that.
And now you're starting to see the fruits of it all.
And they have I would say Nashville. Yeah, it's the same thing where they have a lot of depth in their scoring with superstars. Exactly, that's a thing.
Although William Karlsson's
great now.
Oh, what the heck?
Awesome. Where'd he
Columbus,
come from?
Man, you guys.
3 years it took him. Now he's a 40-goal guy, and that other guy that they got from Florida, a Frenchman, I can't.
Marchessault.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his name. I won't even try.
Yeah,
he's great too.
Yeah,
James Neal's solid.
Always.
Probably didn't deserve the All-Star nod he got over Karlsson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but hey, he's still good. He's still good.
Fleury's
good. Braden McNabb's had a good year.
They had a lot of guys. They had David Perron had a
David
career
Perron
year.
had a good year.
But like you said, you could say all of the same stuff for Nashville.
Oh yeah,
but they have better players.
Nashville's got Roman Josi,
PK Subban,
Ryan Johansson,
solid. Kyle Turris.
Yeah,
Kyle
Turris now
they acquired,
who did well.
Who's quite good.
And what's his name?
Obviously.
Forsberg.
Yeah, right. I forget about Philip Forsberg. That's good. That's a good sign when you can go through guys like legit top 6 guys.
They got Mike Fisher again now.
Forgot about Mike Fisher coming back, which is awesome.
Yeah,
and that's a good sign for you if you can go through your guys like, I forgot about that guy.
I forgot about this really good guy. Yeah. So
then you go to Edmonton, they got 3 guys. Anyway, I'm just bitter, but whatever.
Yeah, the problem with Edmonton is they really need some.
They need literally
secondary
everything
scoring
and better defense.
I think
their guys regress.
I think that'll come though. I Larson didn't play bad. The problem with Larson,
Clefbaum had a tough year.
But he was injured the whole year.
Yeah,
he just had shoulder surgery, right? And apparently it went really well.
We'll have to see what happens then.
I think he'll be. Yeah, I wouldn't count out Clefbaum yet because I think he was. You could tell he was playing hurt all year, and I hope that now that he's had the surgery and it's been done. I hope that is it's a good sign.
Yeah.
So,
I hope
Sekera was injured half the year.
Sekera was so good last year.
I know,
too.
And he needs to. I mean, he'll have to play better next year if we want to have a good core.
He looked terrible.
He did.
I think it's all injury.
It
too,
was.
I think.
Matt Benning regressed a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's his sophomore year. He's a young kid from St. Albert.
The only defenseman that I can think of that Darnell.
He took such a step forward.
He stepped up.
He could be like that. He put up pluses on a minus team.
I know.
He was like plus, he was almost plus 20.
I'm a Darnell nurse supporter.
Yeah.
Darnell's awesome.
He was great. I mean, he didn't put up as many points as I wish he could have, but he played for a team that was snake bit all hell.
But even if he's not here's the deal, even if he's not a big point scoring defenseman, as long as he's solid.
He was a solid sound,
and
he played a good defensive game. He could get up on the rush.
Exactly.
He was good.
He has his moments definitely on offense, and he's rough all the way. I saw those games.
Yeah, he had that run where he scored 3 goals in 4 games or something like that, and he was looking really good.
Yeah, he's really good.
So,
but anyway, Darnell stepped up. But anyway, that's all I got.
And Russell played okay. He was consistently.
I guess he blocked shots,
and he put up the most points for our Oilers defense corps.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I think
good for him. But
I think he played a year that with a lot of bad bounces for the Oilers, especially, and some
let's
of
blame
them on
the
him.
bad bounces.
But he did well. Yeah,
and they do. You're right, though. They do need secondary scoring.
They do. Yeah, I feel bad
and better goaltending.
I feel bad for Milan. Yeah, especially secondary goaltending.
Yeah.
Poor Laurent Brossoit got thrown to the wolves and lit up, and that I feel bad for him. And Al Montoya's okay, but I don't think he's I don't think that he's a solid solution.
Backup? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
it's like their third goalie.
Yeah,
maybe.
But
Brossoit is probably your third goalie
now. But we need. I think we need a better backup. Somebody that can play more games for Talbot, because obviously playing Talbot 70 games or 65 games a year is not helping him.
Yeah, I think that.
Well, he was again one of the most played goaltenders in the NHL, and for all of our wins, he was only out for 5 of them.
He's like our version of Mika Kiprusoff.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. And he had a rougher year. It's statistically for his career, it's his worst
year. Yeah.
So I think he'll bounce back.
I think he could too. Yeah, we'll see. And then Milan Lucic. What more?
The worst part about that too was before December he was
good.
He was looking like he was going to put up better numbers than his career average.
Yeah, like 50 points.
He was going to be a 60-point guy and over 20 goals this year before the
tough end of the
December.
Year.
Yeah,
tough half.
Yeah, anywhere before December he was great, and then he scored one goal after Christmas.
In 42 games, I think that's insanely bad.
His shooting percentage was terrible. I think a lot of it's mental. I think he'll bounce back.
He looked really because I saw I watched him play, and it's like he looked like maybe panicky
a little bit.
You know what I mean? Like he giving the puck away, trying to be too quick. I don't know.
And I think by the end of the season, I watched a couple games, and he looked like he was doing better. I watched that game against Calgary, where he was really he was really physical and engaged. He got no scrum with Mike Smith.
Mike Snow?
I almost said Mike Snow.
He fought the
got
DJ duo.
He got a little bit Genghis Khan.
I fucking hate Genghis Khan.
But no, Mike Smith, and then he got in a fight with Tanner Glass there, and that was a good game for him. And he turned around his game, and he just couldn't score. Snake bitten.
That happens.
And the same thing happened to Jordan Eberle, and look what happened to him. I felt kind of bad
Jordan
for him.
Eberle.
I feel bad for him.
On another non-playoff team.
And
John Tavares is going to leave anyway.
And Brenden Davidson, guy that...
Do you actually think John Tavares is going to leave, though? The Islanders? You think he's going to leave?
He keeps saying it.
He says, I hope it works out.
And then he says,
hope it works
then he says,
out.
I'm going to
make the choice.
And then I don't know with him, honestly. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Where do you think he would go?
Toronto. I actually don't know where he would go. I haven't really thought.
Well, with a bunch of cap space open, maybe Vancouver.
Why would he go to Vancouver? Why would he leave Long Island to go to Vancouver?
Bo Horvat. Brock Besser?
Brock Besser's good, yeah. I don't know. They're pretty far out of contention, though.
Lots of cap space.
Edmonton.
I wish. Well, where's our cap space for that?
Trade them,
Adam
Tavares,
Larson. Plus Tavares is a centerman, is he not?
I would take John Tavares
over
as my
Leon
second line
Draisaitl?
center and then put Draisaitl on the wing with Tavares.
You can't afford that.
But if you could...
McDavid's making $12.5 million next year.
What if you traded Draisaitl for John Tavares?
Would you do that?
Yeah. I would. John Tavares is better.
Yeah, but he's older.
That is true.
That's
but
the
I
only
want to
thing.
win.
It's a win now.
I'm getting desperate.
No, I think the Oilers will be better. I don't think the Oilers are the team that should have put up 103 points last year.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're as bad as the team that put up the points this year.
I give you that. Yeah.
They'll be somewhere in the middle.
Like I said, I've been giving Draisaitl a lot of heat, I think. Well, not that much, but I am you know me.
I know you're a Draisaitl fan.
I'm a Draisaitl fan.
So am I.
Draisaitl's awesome.
I think he's a better player.
I think John Tavares is better. That's all.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
Tavares has just done so much.
And he's just older. That's the only thing, right?
Yeah.
You're right. And then they'd have to sign him, though. You wouldn't even have to trade because they would just have to sign him.
Yeah.
So they would have to they'd have to dump some people and then sign
cap
him.
Space.
Right? But
that's
you're
the
right.
problem with the Oilers with everything they've got locked up in the guys that
underperformed.
Yeah, this year.
That's okay. Anyway, that's all I got to say about hockey.
Yeah. I think how long has it been? Like
I don't know.
Almost an hour?
Something like that. We've covered it.
Yeah.
Go Nashville.
Woo! Yeah. Yeah, I think they'll do well.
Yeah.
So,
but then other stuff. Have you been following UFC?
A little bit.
Stuff?
That
whole fiasco at UFC, I think it's 223.
Yeah.
Did you follow any of that stuff?
I heard about some of it, but
it's crazy, man. Here's what happened. It's for you, for Brenden, and then for anyone who doesn't know what happened. I think it was 223. Could you just look that up?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I get the right number here.
I'll look it up for you. So,
but what happened was, Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I've definitely heard about this. Yeah.
Well, we'll get into what happened, what he actually did, but he's been inactive for. Is it 223?
It was 223. So it was Khabib, right?
Yeah, it was Khabib. Supposed to be versus Tony Ferguson, but I'll get to that.
Yeah.
So Conor McGregor's been inactive for in MMA since 2016. I think November.
Yeah, it's been over a year.
He knocked out Eddie Alvarez in a crazy display of striking.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then he went and fought Mayweather, but he hasn't actually defended the lightweit belt at all. Period. Yeah. So basically,
lightweight or what? Welter?
No, he's fought at welter, but he was the featherweight champion.
Yeah, feather.
And that was when he knocked out Jose Aldo.
Yeah,
and then he didn't defend that. Then he got stripped.
That was quite the knockout.
That was
13 seconds.
That's pretty awesome.
That was pretty impressive.
But anyway, he didn't defend that, so they stripped him of that after he won the lightweight title against Eddie Alvarez. Yeah. And then obviously went to fight Mayweather, but then he hasn't defended his title. So basically, the UFC or Papadena or whoever made that call was like, okay, no, we're doing a title fight between the interim champion. So they had an interim belt for lightweight. So Tony Ferguson, who's really good, and Khabib, who's he's just a world breaker.
Man, he's
really, really good.
What's his record now?
Like 26-0.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, he's fought a lot in the UFC too. He's very, very good.
In this day and age too.
Well, just period. That's
26-0.
Really, really good.
That's insane.
That's but anyway, they were supposed to fight, and then Tony Ferguson has a similar record. I think he's only lost 2 or 3 times, two or three, I think, and he's on like a big win streak right now. But they were supposed to fight, and then in the undercard, they had other fights too. Like they had I think strawweight. I can't remember one of the women's belts between Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
And what's
Polish, and then another girl.
Isn't
Thug
Nana
Rose.
Nunes? Yeah,
Thug Rose. Who's awesome.
Did they have a rematch?
Yes, they did. This was their rematch.
Who won?
Thug Rose.
So she
She's
defended
the champ.
it.
She defended it. She good. It was decision. She
decision,
really well in the first few rounds, and then Joanna came back and started doing a really good job.
And
I think it was leg kicks that she was.
Was it split or was it unanimous?
I think it was unanimous. It was unanimous. So Rose did a good job.
Good for Rose.
Because I can't afford it, so I have to watch highlights.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it.
I know,
either,
which sucks. Why are you talking about it if you didn't watch it? Well, fuck you. I'm trying my best. But anyway.
It's sometimes, when you're living that broke life.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we do. Give us ad revenue.
Give us that ad revenue, and then we'll watch the fights and give you better analysis.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway. We watched the first fight between them, though.
We did.
And, I was surprised that Rose got her knocked out.
I was too. I thought Joanna would beat the shit out of her.
Joanna's intimidating, so.
Yeah, But anyway, to go back to this one, Conor hadn't defended his belt. But anyway, there was supposed to be a fight between Tony Ferguson and Khabib, right?
Yeah.
But Tony Ferguson, some freak accident, I heard he tripped on a cable. He was walking backstage doing media obligations. He tripped and blew out his knee. So I can't remember what part of the knee or whatever it was.
Hurt,
but now he's out for a while.
Yeah.
So then he couldn't fight. But then Max Holloway, who is the featherweight, I think featherweight. Anyway, the weight division below, he jumps up. He's the champ there, and he's like, okay, I'll fight. And then that would have been really cool if he would have beaten Khabib. He would have both of the belts McGregor was holding, and then simultaneously McGregor. So he jumps up on I think 6 days' notice.
Yeah.
But then he can't make weight.
Oh,
he couldn't. Yeah, he was deemed medically unfit to fight, so they didn't let him fight. I think the weight cut was too much or something, so he couldn't fight. So then it's a day out, and Khabib doesn't have an opponent. So some guy, I think he was on the card before. I was I don't even remember his name, but they had another guy. They basically fed him to Khabib.
Yeah, and didn't the guy know McGregor?
What's that?
The guy that they fed him or something like that?
No, that was different. But anyway, we'll get to the results. So Khabib obviously won and mauled the guy.
I heard.
I heard Khabib mauled him. It was the scores were really lopsided. It was. Well, he stood up and he was striking with the guy, which was kind of weird because Khabib's more he's a wrestler, obviously, right? Or whatever it is, Sambo.
Yeah, I heard.
Anyway,
I heard he did really well.
Grappling and wrestling and all that. He's really strong, but he decided to strike, which is cool. But he still beat the guy really easily, I guess. Now, obviously the big story coming out of that though is all that shit with McGregor.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, he just freaked out. So what happened?
Somebody got called out or something?
Well, no. What happened is one of his teammates was fighting on the card.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember his name, but he was one of his teammates.
Yeah,
right? And he got into a confrontation with Khabib.
Oh, okay.
Backstage.
So then that's what.
And then
McGregor got the mob.
And then Conor rounded up the Irish mob or whatever,
and then threw the stuff at the.
Yep, shattered a window.
Didn't he get arrested too after that?
Yeah, he turned himself in. I think there are different charges that he's gonna they let him go back. They let him go back home. He could fly out of the country and everything like that, but.
And Papadena was so mad.
Yeah,
did you watch that?
Pretty pissed off. Disgusting.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad.
It was.
That was pretty stupid.
It makes you wonder what's going on, in his you got this guy,
life,
this guy who's basically in the prime of his career. He just did the most expensive fight he's ever fought. He was holding 2 belts, and he's got a multitude of followers. He's the most popular dude in the UFC.
Probably in combat sports. Yeah, he's up there.
And then all of a sudden there's got to be something going on.
I don't know. It's just I guess he's like, okay, I have to defend my boy or whatever, but
there's
go and fight Khabib.
Yeah.
You could have just fought him.
Yeah, that's what Dana was saying.
Yeah, it's like, just fight,
Instead of
doing assaulting a van. Yeah, and then what happened too is he single-handedly ruined like 3 fights, because one guy, the guy who was sitting by the window that got shattered, he got like a bunch of like basically cuts
he's injured. He can't fight.
Yeah, and then another guy, Ray Borg, actually, who just lost. Demetrius Johnson, that crazy armbar.
Yeah, I know.
That was Ray Borg.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sorry, Ray Borg, but he's a good fighter. But anyway, he was supposed to
Mighty
fight.
Mouse,
not
man.
against Mighty Mouse. Nobody is against Mighty Mouse. But anyway,
yeah, he's insane.
He is insane. But anyway, the window shattered, and then he got a bunch of, I think it was like little glass shards in his eye. He cut his retina or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. So he was out too. And
did he press charges? Or is
I haven't heard.
Yet?
I haven't heard what's going to happen from the legal side of it. They're dealing with that now, but he's gonna I know McGregor has to return to the
court,
state, to go to court or whatever. But I don't.
Yeah, I
know
saw
very
his
much
mug
about
shot.
it. Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
See him puff out the chest and the chin when he goes. It's kind of funny.
Always. Probably walked in with the arm
I probably did that McMahon swagger thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, it's a whole. He basically became the story of that card.
Which is frustrating. He didn't have anything to do with it either.
I know, exactly. It's just his team. Oh, yeah, and then his teammate got pulled from the card, too, for his involvement in that. So there's, 3 fights that got canceled, basically.
Yeah.
And then another interesting thing that happened as a result of that was the big thing, but then Khabib called out George St. Pierre.
I heard that he did that as well.
And then GSP's like, nah.
Well, GSP's, he's not even, I don't even think he's all that healthy right now.
I don't know what's going
colitis.
On I'm not sure what's going on with GSP. I hope he comes back.
I heard
GSP's obviously my favorite. But he's the best.
Canadian.
He's the best all time. I don't care about your Anderson Silvas or your Fedor
Emelianenko's.
Emelianenko's.
So good, though.
Or your John Jones. I take GSP. Doesn't matter. We can get into that
Over
later.
Jones?
I take GSP.
I probably would too because I like GSP.
Yeah, and Jones isn't allowed to do coke anymore. So.
Yeah, John Coke Jones.
Yeah, he's great. But
I feel bad for
yeah, but anyway, he called out GSP, and GSP's like, nah, I got other stuff to do, or you have other stuff to do, something like that. But I hope that I want to see either Khabib versus Conor.
That'd be fun.
I would also love to see Khabib versus Ferguson. Yeah. I think that would be awesome, and I would like to see Khabib versus George.
I mean, wouldn't we all?
Yeah, we would all like to see. I would buy that. I don't care how broke I am. I'd buy any fight that George St. Pierre is involved in. I'll buy it.
Yeah.
You hear that, UFC in Canada?
Apparently the pay-per-view numbers for that was better. For Bisping and GSP were better in Canada than the McGregor Mayweather fights.
I heard that. Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me.
That doesn't surprise me either.
I bet you if they were like, Chuck Liddell's coming back to fight too, I bet you'd be the same thing.
Nah, George has always been really, really big in Canada.
I still think that Chuck would make some.
No, and I don't know. Like, I didn't follow pay-per-view numbers when Chuck Liddell was fighting because I was pretty young.
Yeah,
but I don't think so.
I guess
GSP coming back was way bigger than Chuck coming back.
He's also I guess,
especially in Canada.
Yeah,
nothing against Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell is awesome. We all like Chuck Liddell.
We do,
but GSP's another level. But anyway, that'd be a cool fight to see. So I'm hearing rumblings about that sort of stuff.
Do you think that GSP would be able to take Khabib
in his prime? Yes.
Now?
Not sure. Depends on how healthy he is.
Where are they fighting?
Yeah, I don't know. I heard that.
Well, 170?
I think Khabib wants it at 155, where he's holding his title, which would be a weird weight cut for George.
That'd be hard for George. Yeah, I don't know. He just fought at 185.
Yeah, and I think
he wants to fight at 170.
Yeah, welterweight would make more sense for him. And I just don't know if Khabib would do it. So it's kind of weird with the weight classes. Like, I think they're both like 5'11" or something.
Yeah, George
is a big guy. I think
he's got some.
Heard he walks around at 200, but
just shy of that. I've heard
like
too.
That. Yeah, so that'd be a pretty big.
That'd be a hard weight cut.
Yeah, so I don't know if that would happen. I don't think George really.
I don't think George is really healthy enough to make that cut of a weight either.
Plus, 155. He doesn't really have to either.
What does he have to prove?
Nothing. He's the best.
He could retire and he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's already two belts, big title defense run. Yeah,
probably one of the largest in UFC history.
Yeah, well, Demetrius Johnson holds that. Demetrius Johnson holds the record for most title defenses, I believe, and I think it's like Anderson and George or something.
Yeah,
something like that. I'd have to look at it.
Whatever happened to Silva? Now he's fighting.
He's old.
Bellator.
Nope, he's still in UFC, I think, but I think he got busted for another drug test.
Yeah, he popped for drugs not too long ago too.
I think I'd have to look at it, but basically he got old.
Yeah,
he just probably shouldn't be. He should probably retire, but
probably.
I mean, I think he won his last one, but I'd have to. I'm not a big recent Anderson Silva fan. Just hasn't been as exciting, but
no, after he broke his leg,
he's great in his prime though.
Yeah,
he's really, really good.
He was
front kick to the face.
Yeah, that guy did some like monk shit. He just
pretty much
basically had his hands down, dodged his punches.
Anderson was great.
Yeah, entertaining.
But that just makes what George did even more impressive, I think. I mean, people be like, "Man, stop bringing up George St. Pierre for no reason."
Because we like him.
Because he's the best.
We really like him. So
and we're Canadian, of course we like George St. Pierre.
Yeah,
but he's like to come back at his age after a big layoff and then beat up, like, I know people were like, oh, Michael Bisping's like not a real champ. I don't think anyone said he's not a real champ, but I think everyone kind of considered him a weaker champ.
Yeah.
But to beat a bigger guy, Michael Bisping is still legit. Like he's still
a good fighter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was really impressive.
Like nothing George against Bisping's accomplishments. The guy won the title for a reason.
Well,
right?
Legit. He knocked out Luke Rockhold, right? That's a legit win.
Yeah.
I mean, then he defended it against Henderson, which is like, why? But
who do you think he should have defended?
Well, like one of the top contenders. Henderson wasn't even top 10 at the time. Yeah. They only did that because earlier in their careers, it was a grudge match, right? Yeah. Bisping got knocked out viciously by Den Henderson.
I know, I saw it.
Yeah, the flying fist. That was crazy.
Fist, yeah,
he punched him out and then just
when you can look up Michael Bisping Henderson on Google, and that's one of the first images that come up, and you feel kind of bad about it.
Yeah, well, Bisping talked a lot of shit.
He did.
He kind of deserved it, but. Anyway, then he came back and decisioned his way to victory. Kind of controversial. Like, Henderson knocked him down a couple times, but I think Bisping won the rest of the fight. Because I watched that one, actually, and I was like, I think Bisping won, but I could see giving it to Henderson as well.
You could see it being split.
Or something, in either one's favor. It was close. But either way, he should have defended it against either maybe Luke Rockhold again, or Yoel Romero, or Robert Whittaker.
Oh, yeah, Whittaker.
Whittaker, the current champ, he's legit.
Yeah.
He's been hurt for a while here. He had a really nasty, like, staph infection,
That's what I heard,
yeah. I think it was in his stomach or something. It's like, what?
How do you, like, getting those two, man? That's so rare, but... Like, those are so rare, but it's also like you hear them from athletes.
Staph infections aren't rare in this, like, in that line of work, because you get cut a lot, right?
Yes. Well,
like, I don't know shit about medical
well, in your
stuff,
stomach, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
no
weird.
Idea.
Like, I know, because
odd.
Going back to hockey for a second, I know Clefbaum had a staph infection on his leg. But, like, it's so rare to hear about that kind of stuff, though.
That is rare.
It's unfortunate.
That sort of thing.
But I think
but he's back. He's going to fight him and Robert Whittaker and Yoel Romero are fighting for the title because Yoel Romero knocked out Rockhold.
Yeah, he did.
And he kissed him after.
I saw that. That made me laugh.
I love Yoel Romero. The more I hear about him, he's a character.
Yeah,
he's cool. He's like 40 too.
I know.
He's like, wow, you're 40.
I know. Isn't it surprising?
What are you doing? That's insane.
And he's doing this in probably the most stacked division. Like,
I don't know enough about it. I don't think that lightweight is probably more. Lightweight's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know about middleweight. There's a lot of good guys in middleweight.
There is.
I think lightweight though. Like McGregor's division.
Yeah.
McGregor's current weight class has a lot of really good fighters.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's going to be fun. There's a lot of good stuff. I think Colby Covington is fighting for the interim welterweight title as well. I think he's fighting Rafael dos Santos.
Yeah.
I think let's look that up because I can't remember. I'm pretty sure, which is awesome because of what he said about Brazil.
Fighting?
Well, look up Colby Covington.
Yeah, Covington
versus I don't know. I'll just look
up news.
Yeah.
Dos Santos and Covington will happen at UFC 225 except for 224.
Yeah. So there you go. That's for the interim because Tyron Woodley is hurt.
Yeah, I heard Woodley's
shoulder problems.
Got some sort of shoulder issue.
Yeah, he's rehabbing it, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're gonna fight, and I hope that Covington gets knocked out or something because Covington's such an asshole.
You don't like him?
He's a dick, man. Like after he won in Brazil, he's like, I hate Brazil. It's a dump. I hate you, filthy animals.
Nice.
That's not nice.
They should have him.
Stupid.
I know they should have him fight in Brazil again.
I know.
See what happens. They'll probably get shot.
They were going. Yeah. They were going to, but then they rebooked
Chicago. I think.
What an idiot. Yeah.
God, yeah. I hope
good
he
fighter,
gets,
but yeah,
he's against Dos Santos.
Yeah.
I hope Dos Santos kicks.
I haven't been following it as close as I should, but yeah, I hope he does too.
Yeah.
I hope even if he wins, then he'll fight Tyron Woodley, and Tyron Woodley will kill him. Yeah. Tyron Woodley's way better than.
Although
Covington
Woodley
is good. Tyron Woodley's really good.
Yeah, but he went on a run where he was just winning by decision, and it was kind of boring to watch.
Yeah, but he fought like very, very well.
He did very well technically.
Yeah.
I want to see him knock somebody out again, though.
I mean, me too, and hopefully it's
Covington. That would be fun. That would be a good one. Have him knock out Covington.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great.
Yeah.
But anyway, then he'd have to win this next fight, and I don't want him to win
Didn't
that
DC
either.
say he's fighting again too?
He's fighting Stipe for the heavyweight title.
I heard.
So he's going up to heavyweight.
Going up to heavy.
You think he's undefeated at heavyweight, but Stipe's better than anyone he's fought at heavyweight. Sorry. Stipe's great. Stipe's the best.
Really good.
Stipe's really good.
Especially for the heavyweight division.
Yeah, he's just
division
awesome.
that doesn't keep champions.
He's arguably the best heavyweight ever. He's arguably, like, I know a lot of people would be like, no, Fedor. Or I think, like, I know, like, a lot of people like Cain Velasquez. He just got hurt a lot, basically. But I think Stipe's got the record.
He's been consistent.
Yep, he has. I think it's between him and Fedor, in my opinion. Fedor, and Cain, probably.
Yeah.
That I can think of. Like, there's other guys, too. There's a lot of really good heavyweights from, like, Pride and stuff like that, too. But I'd have to think about it. But anyway, I take him versus... I would take him over. I like DC a lot, by the way.
I think DC's like a good he seems like a cool guy,
when you read about what he's been through, too, it's insane. He's been through a lot.
Yeah.
Like, he's a kind of inspirational. You know what I mean? He's a really cool guy. But I don't like his chances versus Stipe. I think Stipe's bigger, and he's better than the guys he's fought at that weight class. Yeah. And he's younger.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I mean, so is Volkan. No time Ozdemir. But, I mean, they're not the same caliber. I just mean, like, DC's fought younger competition for, like, forever. And he always wins. Yeah. He's been always wins. Unless it's John Jones.
But okay, he's coked up all the time, so
he can't fight anymore. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens with John Jones.
I hear what's his name's coming back too. Lesnar.
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know how that's gonna work though, because he has to like re-enter the USADA testing pool, which is gonna take, and then he's got to go through a lot of testing.
Yeah, so did you watch his WrestleMania?
He still has to serve the rest of his suspension.
Yeah. Did you see his WrestleMania?
I actually don't really watch. I don't follow or watch.
I don't really either. I heard Ronda Rousey made it.
Yeah, I guess.
I heard she did
for her.
I guess.
Yeah, but so I hear.
But yeah, I don't know.
How do you do well in wrestling though? It's all fake. I guess like part act. You see, that's just me. There you go.
It is.
There, everyone who likes wrestling, I said it. It's all fake.
It's I don't know.
What's the point? I mean, I guess it's like watching a TV show, maybe. Yeah. Like you get the drama and you get action.
It's pretty like, and these guys have to be good athletes to perform the stunts that they do.
No, definitely. Like there's nothing but respect.
Yeah.
Because they're in crazy shape.
They have to be.
They're like insane shape.
Yeah.
But I still, it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't watch a lot of TV shows either, though, right?
Yeah, so, I'm not a huge fan either of it. So I don't know. I don't know how Lesnar's. I don't know
how it's going to work. Yeah, because I know he still has a UFC contract. According to Dana White, he still has fights on his contract.
Yeah, and Dana was
suspended.
From what I heard, he was at the WrestleMania fight as well.
I heard that.
Side, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of. Ooh, let the rumor mill start.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Cool.
So.
But yeah, I don't know. That'd be cool. And then they heard that I think Dana said that if he comes back, he would like him to fight the winner of Stipe DC.
Yeah,
which would be pretty cool. That'd
be
pretty awesome. Lesnar Stipe or Lesnar, even Lesnar DC. Either one of those would be really cool.
But Lesnar's so big, and didn't he get suspended for drugs?
Yeah, that's the suspension he still has to serve. But here's the deal. I think that Stipe would take Brock.
I think he would, because
Stipe would kill Brock.
I think the thing about Brock is he's just a big dude.
That's right, and he's a good wrestler. He was like a high level college wrestler. Yeah. He's a really good wrestler.
I mean, of course. And
he's been knocked out before.
I say all these things though, but it's like it's not like I have nothing but the utmost respect for these athletes, because it's not like myself or you could take any of these guys. We're not. We don't mean this is like. We don't mean this is like, oh, these guys aren't good. It's like, no, these guys are great. They're all world class.
No, in the context of their sport, obviously, we
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, no.
God, me little like.
You think you could take Brock Lesnar, Brenden?
Yeah, me 170, like 5'11". Let's go.
You can take Brock Lesnar.
Nah, no,
I'll be in the back watching.
Woo,
I don't want to die.
I think the best thing I can hope for is maybe running around the ring enough to not get caught.
Nah, Brock would catch you.
He would.
In the ring?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I'll do it. We'll fight and wrestle maybe,
Obvious.
and I'll just run around the ring.
They would script Brock.
They'd script him like they'd script him grabbing a chair
and then you would have
me.
to do the stunt. And
yeah,
it
I know.
Still hurts.
And he'd have to hit me with a chair and then like suplex me and I'd be over.
Yeah, obviously when we talk like that, we no delusions of grandeur here, and no, we know we cannot fight. No. But anyway,
yeah. Well, maybe you could, but not any of these guys.
Beginning level Muay Thai.
Yeah,
fuck that.
you couldn't do any of these guys. All these guys.
No thanks. I would like to compete though.
You want to?
I would like to compete in Muay Thai.
You want to get knocked out?
I don't know. Not professionally. I'd like to do some amateur contests. They wear headgear.
I guess.
I'll only get winded and partially knocked out. And maybe knocked out.
Depends on who kicks you.
I've never done anything like that before.
Yeah.
I've only been seriously punched in the face like once.
How'd that feel?
Sucked.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Did you punch him back?
No, I was dropped.
Oh.
I got dropped. Because obviously I've done a lot of sparring and things like that, and I've been like, I know what it feels like a bit, but nothing crazy. I'm only like legit punched in the face and wobbled once.
That's not fun.
And I was on the ground.
Yeah.
Like the only.
It's not fun, isn't it?
It's okay. It wasn't that bad, but like
could be worse.
Yeah, like we'll see. The more you get, I think the more I get into that, because for everyone who doesn't know, I started Muay Thai maybe like how long ago was that?
Maybe it was last year. So this is
November.
Yeah,
November.
Would have been maybe like 5 or 6 months ago.
Is that what that is? What's November to now? We're stupid people. We're not the smartest.
5 months, 6 months.
5 months?
Yeah.
So I'm like very, very beginning level. Like I have I suck. Like my I'm working. It's fun though. I'm having fun with it. I wish I could make more classes. That's the only thing with work and everything, right?
Yeah.
But it would be fun to compete though. I think I'd give it a try eventually.
I think you'd do good at it. You're pretty.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I got yeah, there we go.
Is that from Muay Thai?
Yeah.
So
Prejit, white Prejit. I'm probably saying it wrong.
What was that?
So it's the equivalent of like a belt.
Okay, so
you know what I mean?
Get like you're basically entry level.
Well, I had to earn that white.
I know.
Though.
I know. You still have to earn it, but that's like entry level.
I went through the test and everything.
And you passed it.
I did.
And then
I have lots to work on, but
got the next step.
That's right. It's fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it though.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad.
Yeah, it's like because I haven't had any like. Because, obviously, like I mentioned before, I played a lot of hockey when I was in high school and everything like that, but I haven't had, like, any sport. Since through university, I didn't have any sports or anything like that, so Muay Thai, it's been cool to kind of get back into, like, a scheduled sport and everything. And it hasn't got, like, really competitive or anything. Everyone's really nice at the dojo and everything like that, but it'd be fun to get into that sort of thing again. Good. Like, we'll see. We'll see if I actually do it. Like, if I want to first work on becoming competent in all of the basic stuff. Yeah. Like I don't want to do anything until I'm competent, and I'm a long ways from even considering
it takes lots
competing.
Of practice, so
that's right, exactly.
You'll be fine.
But I got obviously Dan. So my brother Dan, he's helping me out with stuff like that too. Yeah. So because he's been through that sort of stuff, but it's been fun.
It's been good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. So far so good.
I know I should really get into something like that. I don't know.
Come Muay Thai with me.
Yeah.
Come do some Muay Thai.
Think I'll get killed?
No. In class, no. Like even when like we're beginners level, we don't like. It's not even really sparring. It's just like we're getting into that stuff, but it's not. No, you don't have to worry about anything. Everyone's really nice.
I hope so.
That'd be fun. You should come and join.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I should really get into something. So, but
I would like to play hockey again too.
I know. I've been kind of craving that.
Well,
lately,
I got out during like the winter there. Like I went to the outdoor rink.
How was that?
It was lots of fun.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I was playing with my brother and then a friend of his.
Yeah.
It was fun. I think I told you about this already, but his friend played like junior hockey, like major junior. Yeah. Or at least something like that. Right? And you can fucking tell.
He's good?
Ooh, yeah, he was really good. And he had a couple of he had one funny story too. He had played with McDavid.
Oh, no way.
He didn't play with him, but McDavid, I think, is a 12 or a 13-year-old, just practiced with his junior team and smoked them.
Like, 12-year-old kid.
They were like 16 or 17.
I could see that.
Yeah, and he smoked them, and then, we could tell he was, like, a special player. And that's insane, because I played with this guy, and he was smoking us. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, my brother and I would try to, like go like 2-on-1, like he'd be coming down the ice, and we're just like, okay, try to keep him on the outside. And we kind of did, but he was obviously holding
really
back too. Like he's a really good player, and then the fact that he was speaking like, okay,
like
and
McDavid smoked us as a 13-year-old kid.
That just shows you the level
Yeah.
of these sorts of like players like Connor McDavid, or just the NHL. Yeah, it's insane how good those guys are.
Yeah.
Any sport like that.
They make it look easy.
Even doing Muay Thai, like it doesn't seem that hard. Keep your guard up, throw some jabs, set up your combos. That sort of, nope, not that easy.
All those guys make it look easy.
The other guys hitting back at you, make it look easy.
All those guys make it look easy. Like if you watch like junior hockey versus like if you watch any sort of junior game versus like the professional levels, it's like night and day difference. And not saying that they're not good; they're really fun to watch.
But those pros are crazy,
and they make it look effortless.
Yeah, it's
night in, night out, consistently.
You don't appreciate how hard it is to skate until you've done it.
Yeah, and like that good.
Just skating.
Yeah,
just standing up on, like, if you've never done it before, it's really hard.
It's not easy. It's something you got to figure out.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of time and practice, and then guys that can do. And then you add in the hands on top of that,
and
all
that. Patrick Kane dekes and stuff. He's like, oh, it's crazy.
You see, and then you see guys like
Nope.
Connor McDavid going 40 kilometers an hour doing that, like it's like a second routine.
Yeah, he'd get like a speeding ticket.
Yeah, that's it. That guy goes faster than I can go in a school zone. And
that's crazy.
He can make plays with a puck on his skates.
And then they're also going full contact.
Yeah, and meanwhile, we're struggling to get through school zones, and deking. When we're deking ourselves, holding the puck, we try not to let the puck bounce off our sticks.
I know.
Basically,
it's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have an appreciation until you
really
watch
give it
them
a
or even
try.
play with a guy like that. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, same with fighting. I think same with any sport. Those guys are great.
Yeah,
go pro athletes. Good for you guys.
Yeah,
even though you're overpaid, whatever.
Yeah, compared. We can get into that debate if you really feel like.
I'm just bitter. Yeah. No, I'm not. It's funny though.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what's going on.
That's what's on in the world of sports, eh?
That's what's on in the world of sports. Well, we haven't talked about basketball, but I don't think I've been following it, but I haven't really. And I don't follow. I know there was March Madness for a bit there, but I haven't.
Yeah, you haven't been following that.
I don't follow college.
Like
I'm not American.
I'm not a huge basketball dude. I try to keep up on like the highlights and how the teams are doing, but
I follow the NBA, but I don't follow college much. And actually, my girlfriend's dad, he's really into like college basketball. So I hear a bit about it from him.
So you get a few things.
Yeah, exactly.
I have some friends that are super into March Madness as well.
It's a great format.
It really,
I think that'd be awesome if they did
really,
that in the NHL.
They could.
Fuck yeah, that'd be really cool. Good. One team gets a chance to just enter.
Yep.
Go for it.
Oilers,
you could have won. You could have won the draw.
McDavid just puts the team on his back.
Woo! And then they win the cup. Watch it happen. Anything can happen in the playoffs.
Yeah, but no, and then that's because they're coming up to the end of their season here too. The NBA, are they not?
Yes, they are.
Who do you think is going to win?
Oof. I want to say Golden State, but they've had a lot of injury problems. And Steph Curry might be out for the first round. He had a knee problem.
And there's what's his name? Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant was hurt for a while. He's back now, but got to play himself back.
Take some games.
Houston looks really good. The Rockets, because they got James Harden and Chris Paul doing work. Yeah, they're healthy. They're best team in the regular season.
Yeah.
I don't think Mike D'Antoni, their coach, he plays like a really high tempo system. Like he's the guy who coached Steve Nash in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So they play like real high tempo, but it hasn't worked out for him in the playoffs.
So we'll have to wait and see. I
think Golden State, but Houston could give them a run, and then Golden State will beat whoever comes out of the East, so it doesn't matter. Well, either Golden State or Houston will beat whoever comes out of the East.
Yeah, I think the West's going to win, but who do you think is going to come out of the East?
Cleveland or Toronto. Not sure between the two.
What about Boston?
No, they lost Kyrie Irving for the year.
He's out for the year now?
And then they also lost Gordon Hayward. I guess you remember that vicious injury?
I saw that. That was gross. He's still out?
Yeah, he's done for the year. He'll be back next year, but that sucks because that was their all-star acquisition. And they acquired their other all-star, Kyrie Irving, and he's out. Yeah, he just got hurt. Well, he was hurt a while ago, but now he had to get surgery.
Oh, he's getting surgery?
Yeah, so he's done. Or something like that, but he's done.
So it'll be Toronto or Cleveland because
Toronto or Cleveland.
You can't count out LeBron James.
That's correct.
Basically,
yeah.
And
like
then
on paper it's Toronto, but Cleveland's got that LeBron.
Yeah,
so.
where a couple of years ago where he basically said, hey, I want to win this cup, and he put the team on his back.
The cup? You mean the trophy?
Sorry,
there's no cup in the NBA.
Get
out of here, fake sports fan. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You can tell how much
it's a Larry O'Brien trophy.
I watched that game.
Gold trophy.
I did watch that game though, where he led in all 5 stat totals.
Yeah, that was a series, man.
Series.
Yeah,
but the last game.
Oh, okay.
I watched the final.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
he was really good.
God,
You're
it was
right.
insane.
LeBron's awesome. LeBron Jordan, I don't know.
LeBron Jordan?
Yeah, that's
Over,
a big
like,
debate going on right now. Who's better? Who's better? Well, in there, like, because here's the other thing.
That's
It's
really hard.
It's similar to the Hart Trophy thing, where like the criteria for better needs to be like fleshed out.
Defined.
If you want to go by like accomplishments,
Jordan
probably.
but
yeah.
just overall statistics.
Statistics, LeBron.
Yeah, he's
Like
better
trophies
two-way.
and shit. Jordan. If you want to just look at who affects the game more, who is the better basketball player, I know that almost seems like rephrasing that, but you know what I mean? Like who impacted, who's had like an impact on their teammates, that sort of
sport and the teammates.
Well, I don't even want to say the
sport
because
that gets Jordan, and that's weird.
gets out of like the game itself. That's like a marketing thing, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like who is the better basketball player, who does the most things in basketball the best, I would say LeBron. LeBron's a better passer. LeBron's a better rebounder. Defense is there.
Yeah.
And then obviously not the shooter.
No,
but he's a comparable scorer. Like obviously,
and that's saying something if anybody's comparable to Michael Jordan, you know.
Exactly.
So.
And basically Jordan was a better scorer, but LeBron is a better at everything else.
He's like the Selke winner out of the two.
If you want to make a hockey comparison, I guess,
yeah,
you could say that if the Selke winner was also an MVP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but like, which they never are.
Never.
I think
Taze.
He never won MVP.
100 point.
The
top 100.
If Taze could have had a 100-point year and won the Selke, then it's like, okay.
Okay.
Now you.
Well, maybe Giroux this year.
Hmm?
Maybe Giroux this year.
True. What?
Claude Giroux.
Oh, right. Yeah, we'll see. That'd be interesting. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think LeBron's probably better all around than Jordan ever was. Like, here's the deal: I never watched Jordan play.
Hard to say.
Yeah, but I mean, statistically, LeBron's better all around, but Jordan's a better scorer, and Jordan's like really, just statistically speaking, is an amazing scorer. You know what I mean? And then obviously, like the six wins, 6 tries. LeBron's been to more finals, but he's only won 3.
Yeah.
But I mean, LeBron never had the team that Jordan had around, like, because Jordan had Scottie Pippen, right, and then he had Dennis Rodman for a couple of them, right, whereas LeBron, like, he had Kyrie and Kevin Love, but I mean, he still put the team on his back because Kyrie just doesn't defend, and it's like he's a really good, Kyrie's really good, he's a very good scorer, but LeBron has dragged teams to the finals
and
that
then
had no business being
and
there.
then won them.
Well, the thing is, on the ones he's won, he's had a solid supporting cast, but the more impressive to me are the times he's got there with just like shit supporting cast. Like, he had like nobody when he won against.
If he gets there this year too, I'm thinking like
it's impressive.
Yeah,
it's a lot. He's like, I can't remember how many consecutive finals appearances it's been, but it's a lot.
Yep.
He's really good. But anyway, so that's another kind of debate that's been coming up. The more, like, the closer LeBron gets to the end of his career and does more shit, the
more people are like, oh, well,
it's close.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a lot of guys who. Yeah, there are a lot of guys who are firmly in that kind of Jordan camp, but there's some like LeBron supporters. The thing that pisses me off is when they like compare LeBron to Kobe and they debate that seriously. It's like, come on. Kobe's got more rings, but you could thank Shaq for that. Like, Kobe was great, but come on.
Yeah.
No way. Every statistical measure, LeBron, scoring,
Absolutely.
LeBron, rebounding, LeBron, assist, LeBron, efficiency, LeBron, not even close.
Yeah.
Like, Kobe had like 2 years where he was like a scoring machine, but he still wasn't crazy efficient.
Yeah.
And then, like, LeBron's never scored. I think it was 35 a game, and he's never had like an 81-point game like Kobe. But LeBron's been, his scoring average is higher for his career, and he's already played, I think, more or they're very close.
Yeah.
And like I said, better passer, better rebounder, more Finals MVPs.
Yeah.
More MVPs easily. Just he has 2 less titles, but like I said, Kobe was a big part of those Lakers teams that won 3 in a row, but it was Shaq.
Yeah,
Shaq
Shaquille,
Daddy,
yeah.
He was the man on those teams. That's why they won. That's one of the big reasons like Kobe wanted to leave, right? So there you go. But anyway, whatever. We can talk I get heated.
Yeah, we can. I agree though. I like
Kobe. Kobe was a great player.
He's not LeBron James.
He's not LeBron James. Yeah, that's right. Nobody's LeBron James.
No, exactly. He's into.
Another weird thing about comparing them is they're very LeBron and Jordan, they're definitely different.
Yeah.
Jordan was definitely more of a scorer.
Yeah.
Than LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron
he's more like Magic Johnson with he's like a higher scoring Magic Johnson almost.
Basically,
I think, from all accounts. I never watched Magic play, but
no, neither did I. So
similar though, right?
Similar.
Anyway, that's the NBA. So
play style.
But yeah, I'm gonna take to go back to the finals.
Take
Golden State or Houston. And
I know it'll be one of those two.
It's going to be one of those two, unless.
But it depends on if Golden State can get healthy.
That's right. If Steph Curry comes back and plays like Steph Curry, then Golden State
should win.
If not,
by all accounts,
maybe Houston.
Then Houston has a chance.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Makes for an interesting.
It'll be fun to watch. Yeah, I'll definitely tune in and watch some of that, and then I hope Toronto makes the finals, but. And on paper, they got, I think, 59 wins right now.
They should.
Win the last game, they do 60.
Yeah, they should on paper.
Yep, and they got a really good bench.
They do.
They have 2 all-star starters. They have DeMar DeRozan and Kyle
they're
Lowry.
A good team.
Very good.
They're a good team.
They're a good team.
Yeah.
But they got that LeBron in Cleveland, so it's hard to say.
Part. You got to get past LeBron.
Yeah,
he's like final boss.
So he's basically single-handedly won titles and made finals appearances. So there you go.
So
anyway, so we'll see.
We'll see how
and
that goes.
And I don't follow baseball. So,
the Jays.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you.
Sorry, everybody.
I keep up when they do well, but I know they had a shit season last year. So
if anybody is listening to this and you're like, oh, they're talking about all these sports, maybe they get to baseball. Nope. We got nothing to say.
The only thing is because being in Canada, we only have the one team. So normally when they do well, we might talk about them because like when they almost made the World Series a couple years ago, I was watching that.
I didn't even watch though.
I did. I thought it was fun, but then last season they just were pretty inconsistent.
Also, just a quick thing, fuck baseball.
I think it's fun. It's hard to watch sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not. It's like watching golf for me, you know.
Yeah, it's hard to watch because it's so slow.
Yeah.
And I find you could tune out for the first. Okay, and I'm gonna get flack for this, but you probably tune out for like the first 6 innings, and like it doesn't really matter. You watch the last 3.
I don't want to watch.
You can watch 7, 8, and 9, and you're like, hey, that's really good because that's when it matters, you know.
I don't know, man. I don't know like shit about baseball.
Like the 9th inning is always fun to watch because it's like, especially if it's a close game, it's like, okay, now this is like the last inning of the game, you know. This is where it all matters. But the first like 6, you're like, I'm gonna go get a hot dog. And
I'll be back later. I'm gonna go get a beer.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Go get some peanuts and a hot dog.
Play some video games or something.
Exactly.
Come back later. I don't know. I just like I said, I've never been into. I played it like the Tim not Little League, but like
what's it called?
Fucking McNugget League or whatever.
T-ball.
Pitch.
Yeah.
T-ball.
Did you play T? Did they pitch to you or did they
pitch to me?
Just a slow pitch.
Probably slow pitch. But that was like when I was really little, and I never really liked it.
I used to play some. Yeah, I used to play a little bit when I was a kid in the off season of hockey, but it was fun. I like playing baseball more than I like watching. I don't even
really like playing because that's the thing. Like a lot of like
I like playing
offices and shit. I'll do like
I like playing
because everyone can play. You don't have to be running the whole time.
Exactly,
you know?
And it's like it's as long as you're not doing fast pitch, it's not too difficult for somebody to swing at a ball.
Yeah, I think that it's pretty. Everyone I think can have fun with it.
It is.
It's a good game for that.
Yeah,
but it's not my thing.
Yeah,
it's too slow.
It is kind of
so much standing around, just sitting around.
I kind of have that problem with football.
Too. Yeah, me too. I agree.
I guess
one more thing, everybody. If you want us to talk about football, fuck you. I don't know anything about football.
I have some friends and we have family that are pretty into football.
Do.
So
Saskatchewan
and
Riders, Edmonton. That's true.
So
gets insane.
Like
the CFL
playoffs. Like again, NFL. I have a couple friends. I don't keep up with it too much.
Brady.
I lost it anyways.
Oh right,
he did.
The Eagles, he did lose. Yeah, never mind.
My buddy of mine's a big Eagles fan, so he was
forgot about that.
Losing his mind. He loved it, but yeah, still Brady. Man, if you look at his stats, like guy, and he's 5-time winners like of the Super Bowl, 4-time like MVP of the tournament. Yeah, he is. He's statistically he's tied for first in like all-time wins.
I think doesn't he have the record for wins?
He's
like
tied
Super
with
Bowl
it. Yeah,
wins.
He's tied. There's one other guy, but the other guy's a wide receiver. So he's the best quarterback.
He's the quarterback. Yeah. And then I heard like him and the coach are really, really good.
They are. But I guess, you know that he was a 6th-round draft pick, too?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
The deep
good
draft
for you, Tom
guy.
Brady.
I know. And then he comes out to be basically probably the most decorated quarterback in history.
Ever, yeah.
You could make the argument the best in history.
I don't know enough about it. I know there's that, like, Joe Montana.
Yeah.
There's that other guy. But a couple other guys. Peyton Manning, maybe.
Yeah, Manning was also
He didn't win
really
as
good.
much, though.
He won like 3, I think. 2 or 3.
He won 2.
Yeah.
He won 1 with the...
and I like the Broncos. Like, if I was to cheer for a team, I'd cheer for Denver, but...
Oh, well.
Like I said, I
don't know shit about football, though.
Yeah, but... Yeah, what else? I just find it's kind of, like, I don't... It's like a minute or like, it's like 30 seconds of standing around for like 10 seconds of like a good play.
And also
the highlights
it's
are
a
fun.
dangerous sport though.
Concussion
too. There's
noise?
a lot of
Yeah.
bad injuries. I think that's worse than fighting.
Not
Worse than boxing.
Because the
maybe,
force that everything's going at, like you're going full force sprints, and all of a sudden you run into this dude, and it's
yeah,
right.
And the other thing, I can't speak for boxing because I don't really follow that much boxing.
Oh, boxing is bad though.
I'm not. Yeah, I know, but I just mean football versus MMA. Yeah,
well,
with MMA, if you get you can get knocked out, and obviously that's traumatic. But the ref, if he's doing his job, will stop it.
Yeah.
As soon as you can't defend yourself, even if you're not knocked out cold.
Yeah.
The fight will still get stopped. You don't have to keep going and going
unless
and
you
going. Unless you get Steve Mazzagatti.
Yeah, then you get
Mazzagatti. But whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway,
either he calls it too early or he doesn't call it.
Doesn't call it.
He either calls it too early because you're actually deaf,
calls out to the deaf guy when you fight,
or he just doesn't call it at all. One of the two. So
sorry, Steve Mazzagatti.
Yeah.
Respect, kinda. But anyway.
Just let Big John do it.
Yeah, let Big John ref. That's fine. But anyway, the point though is they'll stop it, right? Whereas in football, you just keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
Like I said, I never played football, so I don't really know.
Used to play. I didn't play it professionally or anything any high levels of it. I used to play a little bit.
Wait, Brett, you're telling me you didn't play professional football?
No, well, I mean, I never did I never did A tier junior stuff either.
Or high school football.
Yeah,
or
but I
anything.
did play some, just recreational.
We should get
stuff.
Will on here. He played football.
I know. He can tell us about.
Yeah, he can tell us about football.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have the body for football.
I'm a little small.
I wouldn't be a good football player. I can run, but that's it.
You'd be a good wide receiver.
I'm not that big though. I don't.
You just don't get tackled. You just
run. Easier said than done.
You just run. I know. You just need to run. That's all you need to do.
I think I'd be a better soccer player.
Yeah, you could be a good soccer player. Yeah, you got the body for it.
I think so. Maybe a bit tall though. Like him on low center of
gravity. A little bit.
You
might be a bit
Lionel
tall.
Messi. Although Cristiano Ronaldo is pretty big.
Yeah, he's not as tall as you though.
I think he's pretty tall. I think he's 6'3", isn't he?
There's no way.
He's a big guy. Ronaldo's a big guy.
Well, let's look up Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh yeah, there is another sport we don't really follow, soccer.
Well,
or football. Sorry.
All right.
Okay. So our shit glitched up for a second there, but
we're back.
We're back.
We had a bit of
we had an advertising discussion.
We did, and we also had.
How would you like to give a shout out to Audible?
Are
we allowed to do
or
that?
Squarespace?
Free advertising?
Yeah, or be like, yo, you want to make a website? Why not go to Squarespace?
I actually heard. I think Rogan had that on his podcast.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Recently,
or we could be like
on it.
Yeah, or
Stop these shoutouts. No more shoutouts. We need our money.
Yeah, we're not getting paid for any of this. So if we're talking about,
I might try some of that stuff. I listen to Rogan and
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, you want to sponsor us?
NHL.
Yeah, or
no, they wouldn't approve.
Sportsnet.
They wouldn't approve of this.
No, they wouldn't.
Sorry, we'll stop name drop. We should put all that in the tags.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you'll get hits. Just put in NHL, Sportsnet, and all these different things.
Sponsor us.
But
we have talent.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh, absolutely.
So much talent.
Yes.
Entertaining, interesting personalities with a decent recording mic.
Yeah, sort of.
It's all right.
Yeah, it should be okay.
But
but
it's good stuff.
Talked anyway,
I don't know anything about footballs, or we left off soccer, so we don't know. How tall is Ronaldo?
6'2".
There you go. He's
shorter
taller
than you.
No, he's taller than me. I'm like 6'1".
Really?
Yeah, I'm like 6'1".
No.
Yeah, man, I measured. I actually measured this recently.
Okay.
I think I'm like 6'1".
Yeah, I'd like to.
Dan's like 6'2".
Yeah. So he's like Dan.
He's like Dan.
Okay.
Yeah, Ronaldo's a big guy. So there you go. There's hope.
Yeah.
If I could go back in time and commit all of my time
to playing
football or soccer, sorry.
I have some friends that actually, the guy that goes to a soccer academy that play in Europe. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
It's not.
He's not going to make it.
So, but he might. He was playing in Italy and he got approached by some guys.
Oh, that's kind of.
So,
I don't know. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah. So we'll see. We will see how that goes. He's really good. But
that's awesome.
He's still young yet, though.
Well, I hope he does, though.
Yeah, he's only like 15. So,
wow. But yeah, good for him. Then keep going. So, good for him.
Anyways, I think we've talked about sports enough.
All the sports are done.
Yeah, we'll come back to this
eventually. Yeah. But now we get to the last maybe half hour of what we're gonna do. We'll do you know how we said sports and nerd shit? This is the nerd shit.
Yeah. So
tune out now, Chads.
Yeah, exactly. And people that we'll leave a little we'll edit something in at the beginning and be like, yeah, skip to this time if you want to listen to nerd
Yeah, we
shit.
should do that. Yeah, this is where we talk about. Yeah, we'll have to consider that.
Yeah,
it's all a work in progress.
Yeah, we'll still figure it out.
Maybe we should do an even split of sport versus
first hour,
other
last
stuff,
hour, or something like that. But
that doesn't matter.
Anyways,
what were you talking about? What do you want to say?
Okay,
what's the nerd stuff?
So we're pretty big nerds, and we like to play. I'm sure it's not even that nerdy anymore. A lot of people play Dungeons and Dragons.
No, it's still nerdy.
It's kind of not anymore.
It's not like, I think being a nerd is just more acceptable.
I don't know, man. Everybody
just more acceptable.
It seems like everybody lately is trying D&D. Like ever since 5th edition came out,
5th is definitely accessible.
It's so
much better than
in high school. Like when I was in middle school and everything, like you played D&D, you were a nerd. Now in high school, it's like you play D&D. Can I play? With you?
That would have been terrible in high school. I don't think that would have went well.
Yeah, when I was finishing,
not that I was a very popular guy anyway.
Yeah, but no, when I was finishing high school, now that in university, it's like everybody's like they're like, hey, you play D&D? Can I try? Like, what's it all about? And everyone seems to be a lot more kind of interested.
Well, to be fair, dude, you hang out with nerds.
Kind of, I guess. But then you look at even just pop culture. Like you look at Stranger Things.
Wasn't Rick and Morty doing a D&D episode?
They were, and then they have Vin Diesel's a big.
Vin Diesel's awesome.
Yeah, and he's been huge into that. What's his name? Joe. A guy who played I don't know, Brock in the first Spider-Man movie. Like the original one with Tobey Maguire.
Shit, like Eddie Brock. Oh,
Eddie
Topher
Brock.
Grace?
No.
James Franco?
No, is Joe D something. He's married to Sofia Vergara.
I have no idea.
Can't remember. I don't know how to say his last name.
By the way,
properly.
Vin Diesel came up, so give me 1 second here. I'm a big Vin Diesel fan.
Yeah.
I love the Fast and the Furious. I don't care how many they make. I will continue to see them. And Vin Diesel, you're the best.
What's his name?
Good stuff. That's it. That episode when he played D&D, because I don't really like Critical Role, like it's not my thing. But I like that one where they got Vin Diesel on there. Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I can't remember his name though. Oh, Manganiello. I don't know how to say his name.
I don't know. You mean Flash Thompson? The guy who played Flash Thompson?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Guy.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I mean.
Not Brock. Yeah,
okay. Not Brock.
Eddie Brock's a different character.
This guy, I don't know how to say his last name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Joe.
He's
Mangeni. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, he's known for being in True Blood, Magic Mike.
Oh, that's cool.
He's a massive D&D fan.
I said, I think it is more acceptable. I think in general, media.
John Favreau.
Oh, he's cool too.
He's a big D&D fan.
I think in general, media is a lot more liberal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think those sorts of values this is a very big sweeping statement, but I'll say it anyway. But it seems like those sorts of values lend themselves better to things like D&D or just being more accepting of people. You know what I mean? So you don't get ridiculed.
I guess,
things. You know what I mean, right? For that sort of stuff. But probably sit closer to the mic. But anyway, oops.
All good.
But yeah, it's it definitely seems more acceptable. I still think it's geeky, and I think there are certain types of people who play it's it's kind of cool. It's certain Star Wars fans I like the movies, but then there's us
fucking
into it.
2-hour debate on the merits of the Force,
the merits of the
and
Force. The ontological status of the Force, and we just lost half the viewership who were in it for sports.
Exactly.
I use the word ontological.
Yeah, they're what does that mean?
The fuck is this? But you fucking
but then another group is oh my goodness, that's
this is weird. No, but they were never here to begin with, Brenden.
Because they dipped out. They did the first
time. I don't give a fuck about
Oilers,
sport.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't give a shit about this stuff. But yeah, I think we get into it, and there's and same with Star Wars. I think Star Wars, just with the Disney acquisition, especially it's always been a very commercial property, I'd say, but it's even more so. It's everywhere
now.
Fucking Star Wars toilet paper, I bet. You know what I mean?
We have Star Wars paper towel rolls. It's got BB-8 on them.
Yeah, I bet stuff like that. Straight up. It's everywhere, which is kind of annoying.
Bought a salad and Luke Skywalker's face was on it.
What the fuck?
I don't understand. Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
It's weird.
I don't know. Overexposure maybe. I'm worried about that with Star Wars.
Me too.
Anyway,
Me too. Honestly, but I don't know. I try to just stick to my nerd stuff.
I'm pumped about. Sorry to derail. Yeah, Solo. I know everyone's been shitting on it, but it looks cool. I love Donald Glover.
So do I.
Donald Glover's awesome. But I've seen the trailers. I've seen some.
It actually looks good.
Cool.
It does.
I thought a lot of people are making a big deal about that troubled production that they had, where they had to fire the first two directors.
Yeah, the old directors.
Yeah, those are the guys who did 21 Jump Street and I think the Lego Movie.
Well, I honestly, that doesn't really bother me that those
Well, they got Ron Howard though.
Yeah,
so
but
pretty cool.
I just feel especially if you're going with those guys. I don't know if a solo movie would work really well if it was a 21 Jump Street feeling.
I don't think so either.
Movie thing. So.
Well, and that was the reason they got fired, because those directors are known for like they're encouraging improv and taking like a billion takes and things like that.
Yeah,
whereas with Star Wars, it's like you want a certain tone, delivery,
and especially like with the marketing of the film so far, it seems a little. It's like Rogue One-esque, like in that it's a bit of a darker.
We'll see. I don't know if I agree with that at all. I think it seems much more lighthearted than Rogue One, and that's what the actors have spoken about that too. They're like, no one's gonna die. It's a
no one's gonna die, but it doesn't seem like it seems a little more serious than it.
I don't think I agree with that, man.
No?
It doesn't seem serious to me. It seems like a lighthearted adventure with good graphics.
That'd be cool then.
I'm excited. It looks cool though.
I'll go see it.
I've
regardless.
seen like the trailers.
You know
like, yeah,
I'm a Star Wars fan. I'll go see it regardless.
Yeah, me too. But I think I actually do. I know everyone's been making fun of it, but I think it looks pretty cool.
Yep.
I'm excited about that. I'm more excited about that. No, I was more excited about The Last Jedi. But
what do you think about that?
Still disappointed.
Really?
Yeah.
There's parts of it that I'm disappointed with, but ultimately I think it's I like that it tried to be different. I do like that it tried to be different. I can appreciate
that, but I feel like the director went out of his way to piss people off. I know that wasn't his intent, but it's like, oh my goodness.
What? You don't like what Rian Johnson did to certain things?
I don't know. Yeah, I think I definitely, like, there's that nostalgia, and I know with Star Wars especially, everyone seems to have a different idea.
Yeah.
And everyone feels almost entitled to it, like the franchise, because they have such beloved kind of childhood memories of the damn thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is me too, like... Everyone hates the prequels, but because I saw them when I was young, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I don't
like
mind
myself some prequel.
I know you and I differ on certain ones, but overall we get along with it pretty well.
Not really. I think you're
I don't like episode 1.
You're an episode 3 supporter.
I don't mind episode 2.
Yeah, I guess that's it then. Yeah,
I just don't like episode 1.
I don't mind episode 1. I like it. I don't like those aspects I don't like, but there's a lot of it I like.
There's aspects of it I like, but most of it I don't like.
Yeah.
That's where we differ.
Jar Jar.
Whatever.
Anyway,
don't
no point in even talking about it. But anyway, to go back to 7, I like parts of it. That's actually like what you said about 1. Like I think overall I'm not a huge episode 8 fan, but I really liked parts of it. Like spoiler alert, I guess.
I mean, the movie's out.
Yeah, it's out on DVD.
It's out on DVD. It's been like...
I don't know why. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing?
I think it's been out long enough.
I think so, too. Anyway, I love that stuff with... I really like most of the Rey Kylo stuff. I really liked the scene where they're in the throne room with Snoke and then he kills Snoke. That was fucking cool.
That fight scene.
I was literally like,
I know, me too. What? I was like, they did him dirty. Oh God. And I was cool. So hyped.
See, that was one thing that people are pissed about, that I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get much with Snoke, but also for that scene.
And for Kylo's character, I think it's great.
I think it's cool too.
It sucks for Snoke's character.
Well, he never really was a character.
That's the thing. I wish that we got to know more about him.
I guess we didn't really get to know the Emperor in the original trilogy either. He just
it was
got
most
whacked.
in the prequels.
It was just, I think it's just the way they staged it, though, man. It's like the final boss kind of expectation was there with Snoke, and he just turned out to be a pawn to the story, I guess.
I know how they say like this trilogy is about the whole Skywalker family.
It's not.
Well, like the originals, like 1 through 9.
You mean 1 through 6?
And they said 7, 8, and 9 are supposed to be about the Skywalker family as well. So I know that they said Rey's parents were nobody, but I have a feeling that episode 9 is going to be actually major.
Something came out with that. The original director there, what's his name? Star Trek.
JJ.
JJ Abrams, when he was saying like he had different plans for Rey's parentage.
Did he say what they were?
No. Well, I think Simon Pegg came out and said that JJ had different plans, but no one.
Well, Simon Pegg, he was
an extra.
In the first one, and him and JJ worked together on a lot of things.
Yeah, because Star Trek. Yeah, but like I don't really like that. Didn't bother me. The big thing that bothered me was the way they handled Luke. Like I liked parts of it, and I liked a lot of
Luke, but I didn't like some of it.
Exactly. Like, and I really didn't like the casino stuff. I think that was pointless.
Yeah,
they could have cut all of
Cantobite.
that.
I went to the bathroom when I saw that film the second and third time. I got more popcorn. I didn't miss.
Yeah,
I felt like my experience was better.
Yeah, it probably was. They could cut that whole thing.
I feel bad.
The whole thing with Finn and Rose is kind of dumb.
Like the love ham thing in the ending.
Where'd that come from?
It felt very Disney.
Yeah, it was like,
but
okay.
I didn't even mind Rose as a character up until
she doesn't have any. Well, I don't know. I don't
she's
mind
okay.
her. She's okay. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just like there's a couple little shoe-in things that make people, I think, attack her more than I think that
I think people
deserves.
are sexist straight up.
A little bit with the whole Mary Sue argument. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess they're kind of racist, maybe. But
yeah, but the whole Mary Sue argument on Rey,
it's fucking true.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about Luke.
No, you cannot. We've debated that. This thing actually bothers me a bit. I don't hate Rey. She's not my favorite though, and I do. Here's the deal.
I wish she was characterized more.
I agree.
Sometimes she feels like a blank canvas.
Exactly, and I think they wanted that. But the most interesting stuff
comes from developed characters. Like
Kylo's the
coolest.
Kylo's the best
He's
character.
Honestly the best character in the new stuff.
And he's probably the best character, just period.
In Star Wars.
In Star Wars. Most complicated. Him and Anakin. Anakin wasn't.
But Anakin was. He's like a better written Anakin.
Yeah, he's like a better written Anakin.
I love Anakin's character. I was having a debate with my friend.
Too.
I think he's a great character, especially if you watch the Clone Wars and stuff. Yeah. He's so well developed.
I agree with you.
And he's such a cool character and concept. The problem with him is in the movies, the execution with the dialogue is very poor.
Oh, there's my cat. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I agree. Yeah, some of it's pretty wooden. I think Episode 3 did a good job for the most part.
There's a couple scenes.
There's definitely problems with it, like his motivation for actually turning to the dark side is kind of murky. It's like, is it for power? Is it for Padme? I'm not really sure sometimes.
They do a good job. I really like
in the Clone Wars,
how they show his slow turn. I think, that the distrust with, more power and, for Padme.
Yeah, it all comes together. Leaving, I think,
that's a big thing as well, where it's like, okay, now I don't really... Yeah.
Now it's not as confusing.
Hypocritical, yeah.
Yeah. And I think like the expanded stuff does a good job of fleshing out Anakin's character. So that combined with, but the film itself has some problems is all I'm saying with the character. And I think like if you just go by live action film, I think that I'm not saying the most enjoyable, I'm just saying the most complicated and most not realistic, but you know what I mean, most character.
Yeah, he seems
Kylo is probably the most
absolutely
complicated character, the most interesting character.
He's super
in Star
interesting.
Wars.
And I know people get mad at Adam Driver for seeming whiny, but I love his portrayal.
Have they really?
Some people have. They're like, he looks whiny. All he
kind of does. He's got a.
But I think that he looks. He looks conflicted all the time. I like that.
He kind of. Yeah, he's got a weird face. Just the actor Adam Driver's got kind of a weird face.
I think Adam Driver does a great job.
He's done a good job though. I think Kylo's definitely the most interesting character. But my point about Rey is like her most interesting points are just her interactions with Kylo.
I wish that they gave her more in 7.
I think that
and then in
7
8
and
too.
8. I think like I'm gonna pitch something by you about how not how I would have done 8 because I'm not a filmmaker, but one idea that I had. But the one other gripes with 8, so pacing partially.
Yeah, at times it slows down. And
not enough focus on Rey and Luke, in my opinion. The way they handled Luke at the end, I didn't think they had to kill him.
Apparently, they cut out a couple scenes with Rey and Luke.
I heard
one of the
that.
Lessons was cut.
I heard about that, which is kind of like,
hopefully there's an extended cut.
Isn't there?
I haven't heard much about it.
Anyway,
but
yeah, I had that so the stuff with the Resistance kind of wasn't my favorite. Like I found what's her name annoyed me.
Admiral Holdo.
She really annoyed me.
It's such a stupid oversight.
Because I'm sexist.
Well, no, it was the thing that bothered me was the way that why she it doesn't make sense for your commanding officer not to tell you. But your general, they're like the simple question is what's the plan? They're just like, oh no, we're not going to tell you.
Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Fall in line.
You know what would have been great? Something that would have fixed the entire thing, like that whole stupid
Canto Blight.
Yeah, well, no, but like that whole plot point of why she just didn't tell Poe and the others what her plan was.
Because
easiest fix ever. All they said, we thought that there was a spy on board. So
but then they'd have that whole plot. They'd have to resolve that. Like, is there a spy on board? What? No, like that's a whole. Other
but you could totally have done that with Benicio del Toro's character instead of introducing him in Canto Bite.
Yeah, that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah,
maybe that.
Because then you can cut out all of Canto Bite, and then it actually makes sense.
And then maybe they're hunting the spy.
Perhaps. And that's why she's not telling Poe or anything.
Honestly, they could have just cut most of that and just done Rey Luke with a bit of Resistance stuff.
Yeah, and it would have been way cooler. See, and I feel like that would have been way easier to do than just try to be like, oh, Admiral Hall's not going to tell people because you have to trust in people.
I like, they gave him that really forced character arc for Poe, and it's like, come on.
Poe was so cool too. Especially he started off that film so cool. I know he was brash and it cost people's lives.
The jokes were kind of weird.
It also felt like sometimes they were trying to throw in.
That's
jokes.
another thing. Is like, it's kind of out of place.
I like the old Star Wars jokes because they just seemed like a little more natural.
Well, maybe even forced, but it just kind of fit the tone. I don't know. And I guess a lot of it comes down to expectation. Like I just expected something different with 8, and he just Rian Johnson decided to do something like completely different.
Did the hyperspace jump bother
you?
I
liked the hyperspace.
I also liked it. Cool. People hated that for some reason.
It ruins all the military.
It breaks all the rules of space.
Star Wars ever has like everybody
everybody's like it breaks all of the rules of space travel. It's like what the fuck are the rules of space travel? Has anybody actually done space travel like that? No, like hyperspace.
Even in sci-fi, like I don't read or watch a lot of sci-fi. I think in fiction in general, if you're doing fantasy or sci-fi, established rules.
Yeah, but
Star Wars doesn't have a lot of that anyway.
Yeah, that's why we have a hard time sometimes when we try to do Star Wars tabletop.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's
how does the Force work?
Well, we don't know. We just guess.
Well, that's one thing that, like with Rey, like the whole Rey picking everything up and being really powerful really quickly thing. I think a lot of that has to do with just an advance in effects.
Yeah,
I think if he could have done like the original trilogy now with Luke Skywalker, I bet George Lucas would have made him do some cooler shit.
Yeah,
but it still kind of bothers me a bit. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like she does.
It
up ridiculously quick.
I love the explanation of the Force in this film, though.
There was no explanation. Here's one thing
that scene with Luke where he's talking about like the balance of the Force and like life and death.
Yeah,
I thought that was so cool.
A lot of that gets undermined, though. I think a lot of what Luke says, like, because I really enjoyed when he was explaining, like. I like that he took a shot at the hypocritical kind of the hypocrisy of the Jedi Order and how they not maybe hypocrisy but how they failed.
Yeah,
and that they're just kind of a failed order. But that's all gets undermined at the end when he's like, "I won't be the last Jedi." Like he's kind of conceding that he was wrong the whole time and that Rey was right in her with her kind of like idealistic outlook on things. Basically, he was admitting he was wrong. So all that stuff about him being sad is just kind of undermined, in my opinion. So that kind of bothers me a bit. It would have been cool if they made something a bit because a lot of people write like how the film takes this more radical approach to the Force, how maybe it isn't this light dark dichotomy, but no, it doesn't. Luke suggests that a bit, but then it gets undermined because he sacrifices himself realizing that he was wrong. So it doesn't. It just goes back to that light versus dark thing, and Kylo's clearly in the wrong and Rey is clearly in the right. That's what they're suggesting. That's how I took that. So that kind of bothered me a bit. It would have been more interesting if they would have really embraced that sort of like gray outlook. Maybe do something different. I would see that. Because obviously Darth Revan, Revan, but
I know. I was going to say, they need. You know what they should do?
Bring
like
Revan
a bit of an aside. They should do something like either an animated or some sort of live action thing with the Old Republic.
Well, Rian Johnson's doing. Like I think he said he wasn't doing the Old Republic, but he could just be lying.
I hope he does.
I don't know. I don't like Rian Johnson anymore.
I guess
I'm kind of not trusting him.
But it'd be cool. It would be really cool to see something of Revan come to like I guess now official canon. Besides like a deleted scene.
Yeah, that would be cool. Just. Shout out to all the better writing that they had back when BioWare was good. It's another company I'm worried about.
Really?
Yeah, they might be done, man.
Anthem.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's really excited about that, though. That's the big thing. They're pouring so many resources into that.
I hope it's good. It's got to be good.
I know, but it doesn't... Like, I don't know. Some of the stuff looks cool, but I don't know.
Didn't they dissolve or, like, re-asset BioWare Montreal because of how bad Andromeda went?
Maybe. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I heard something like the studio, like they broke up a part of their studio or something. Yeah. I haven't followed it closely. But, yeah, because Andromeda was not as bad as people say. I liked Andromeda,
I don't think it's as bad as people say. I think it was rushed.
Yeah,
it was rushed and it came out a little early.
Maybe.
With the bugs.
There's some glitch. I only had maybe one major... bug when I played through it though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
and it wasn't everybody's playthrough, but it was like it was.
Well, I know the lip syncing was a big thing. People
and the facial recognition at first.
Yeah, they're kind of funny.
Yeah, they did. I wish
we had video. We could do our best impression of BioWare characters for people, just like blanks, 1,000-yard stare.
But I don't think they're as bad. Yeah, exactly. But I don't think they're as bad. I don't think BioWare's as bad as people are making them out.
I think people are pissed off at EA in general because of their association with EA. People are blaming them. And to be fair, BioWare's quality, in my opinion, has dropped.
Absolutely.
Since about the first or second Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Like they've dropped.
Since Dragon Age 2,
I'd say. They've been rushing.
Yeah.
Like you said, EA's been rushing them.
Because they've been having to consistently come up with titles for this, mega corporation.
Yeah.
So,
which is too bad, but...
Publishers, I mean, they put a lot of money into companies, so I get that They want to make their profits back, but it's also like
EA has a history of just like buying companies and destroying.
Yeah, because they overworked them and they worked the IPs like crazy.
Pump it out.
Look at Maxim in The Sims, like,
and then Dead Space.
Dead Space 2, Dead Space 1 and 2. Some of the best like horror shooters ever. They
Dead Space
3 is an action shooter. It's like trying to be Gears of War.
Dude, multiplayer in that game totally defeats the purpose of the fucking game.
The horror survival by yourself.
No, it's not cool. It's like you got the goon squad.
Yeah, you and your 3 boys. Let's go, guys.
Let's fucking go shoot them down.
Got our ARs. We're gonna shoot down these necromorphs.
It's supposed to be all scary. Like fuck you.
Just kidding, man.
I got 3 of us now. Yeah. I don't know how many you could play in that game.
I think it's 2 to 4 or something.
Is it 2
to
4? I know you could do at least 2. It definitely seems to defeat the purpose. And it's just like a guy rips his face off. Look how scary I am. It doesn't have any guns. So fuck it.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I didn't even play Dead Space, and I felt bad about that.
I played the first 2.
Yeah, a lot of people
never gave the third one a try.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Well, they did a similar thing with Mass Effect 3. They tried to
turn it into an action shooter, and they gave it a multiplayer mode.
The multiplayer was fun.
Ish.
It was okay.
The shooting mechanics in Mass Effect were never that like
they were tight in 3. I liked them.
In 3 they probably were, but 1 and 2 was never.
2 was alright. 1 was shit.
But that wasn't the focus of the gameplay for it. But the fact that they made it they tried to make a multiplayer experience out of what was a single player game, like a very immersive one too. It kind of bothered me.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Like 3 wasn't a multiplayer experience. They had a tacked on multiplayer mode that some people liked and some people didn't. It didn't affect me.
Yeah.
The only thing is like there was I can't remember, if you wanted to get the best ending, you had to play multiplayer to get like your galactic readiness rating up, and the best ending was literally I think a cutscene of like an N7 logo with a breath or something. But I don't remember. I'd have to play it again, but it was definitely annoying.
And then and so instead of putting resources into that, why not put more resources into making your ending better?
Yeah, or just like exactly. It's kind of frustrating. So that's one example of breaking established rules. If you like emphasize choice and consequences long, and they just like fuck you.
Just kidding. It's 1 of 3.
That really frustrated me.
Yeah, 1 of 3. Okay, never mind. The game DLC 1 of 4.
The game wasn't even that bad, but it did frustrate me. I enjoyed the game, but the ending sucked. Yeah. But anyway, I've beaten a dead horse on that. I don't think
everybody's talked about that. So,
but anyway, just in general, I think EA has been rushing BioWare. Fuck. Oh, wait.
Battlefront 2.
That's frustrating. They stopped with the microtransactions.
They still have them.
No, they stopped. They canceled them. I think they still have them now, but they're going to cancel them entirely.
Good.
At a certain date. I think Shadow of War, they did that too.
Good.
That's Warner Brothers, but
but no, why that doesn't. I don't understand why you have loot boxes for a single player.
Yeah,
experience.
And Shadow of War. Like I like Shadow of War too. By the way, it's a good
I played Shadow of Mordor, and I own Shadow of War as well.
Like Shadow of Mordor is like the same thing.
Yeah, and I think they're fun games. It's just like they're good single player games. What's the point of microtransactions?
Yeah, that pisses me off. It's like I don't like that sort of trend. Like I don't mind them to a degree, but especially like what they did with Battlefront 2, like we've discussed before. I know, but that's. Wow, frustrating. Like
it's scummy, hey?
That's very scummy. Like your progression
is tied to loot boxes.
Money and already spent like $80 on the game.
Yeah, and
come on.
And I know that the game itself on retail was maybe what 40 or 60 because it was like there was the Blackguard edition which came with like extra stuff for your multiplayer, so you'd actually be able to play it like at a competitive level. At 80.
No, but didn't like the pre-order or something like that give you just like these ridiculous items?
It did, yeah.
Like, for no prog, you haven't played it all, but you already have like a crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So if you got like the Black Armor edition and you pre-ordered it, you'd be like Black leaps Armor. And bounds better than anybody who buys the $40 or $60 version of the game.
And just to let everyone know, I like Battlefront 2. I played it and it's fun.
I think it's a fun game. I've played it a bit too.
I
think it's a fun game. I really.
It's not my favorite. But
yeah, it's a fun game. It's like mechanics wise, it's pretty. Solid. The gameplay, it's fun. It's just it's the corporate behind
corporate
it.
Bullshit.
Yeah, and the story was a bit weak.
I didn't play the story mode. I can't speak to that.
I tried to play through some of it. It was kind of frustratingly boring. Yeah, so it was weak, but
whatever it is. Then they could put that in the box. We have a story mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Criticism. Turn a new leaf. We put your story mode in.
They should have made an instant action, or not an instant action, like a Galactic Conquest.
That would have been cool.
That would have been so cool.
Yeah, that was my favorite mode in the old school.
Me
ones.
too.
Yeah.
Like Battlefront 2's Battlefront 2's whole story too.
To be clear, original Battlefront 2. Yeah.
I can't believe we have to.
You have to specify.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
So the old Battlefront 2, I loved even just the story of that game where you're playing as a clone of like the 501st, and you go from like the Clone Wars to basically episode 6.
That's cool.
Man, that's really cool.
That was cool. I'd play that again with better graphics and shit.
Yeah, I would have rather seen a remaster of that and then taken some of the game modes that they had that weren't completely fleshed out.
Well, it'd be cool.
Like some of the the hero stuff.
Yeah.
Like the hero battles, and then maybe some of the other game modes that weren't the Dominion game modes. Have those kind of fleshed out and bring that as a remaster. I would have rather seen that.
That'd be better,
see Battlefront 2.
Yeah, okay. Personally. I don't know. I think they're making another Star Wars game too, and it's
DICE?
EA.
EA.
It's doing an open world. I don't know who's developing it, but they're publishing it anyway. I've heard they're developing an open world Star Wars game, which I would like. I like that. I actually would like that better than that sort of Naughty Dog adventure. No, not the Old Republic. The Old Republic's fun. I still like that.
Or are they doing a single player one?
That's a single player open world. I think they want to do something like Skyrim-y. Maybe. We'll see. Or that sort of thing, right? Obviously.
Open sandbox kind of thing?
Yeah, I think. And I think that's I think maybe it would probably be like Dragon Age Inquisition, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe Knights of the Old Republic.
No, that's not really open world. I don't think they'll never make another Star Wars game like that old school RPG style where you actually have to build your character.
Well, they almost made one. Lucasfilms almost made one. Or LucasArts. What was it, 1911?
Oh no,
that was that Bounty Hunter one?
No, it wasn't 1911. I know what you're talking about. That was an action game though. That was that Naughty Dog style action game, which I'm not really big on anyway. I know a lot of people are very disappointed when that got canned.
It would have been cool to see.
Not just that, but there was another one in development.
Yeah, I heard there was another one
by the Naughty Dog developer or something to that effect. But it's not my thing.
It would have been cool though. I would have liked to see it.
Well, you know me, I would love another Knights of the Old Republic sort of game because that's one of my favorite, a turn-based kind of
almost not top-down Divinity, but same progression.
Even if it's just similar, where you can choose your class,
your
dialogue
character,
trees, story.
Yeah, so basically a BioWare game,
like a classic BioWare,
like Mass Effect 2.
Well, Mass Effect 2 was more I loved Mass Effect 2, but don't get me wrong, but it wasn't really an old school RPG. It didn't. Yeah, they got the dialogue wheel in there, which kind of limited your choices. Moreover, building your character, you had some trees, but it wasn't that deep.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Whereas with playing Knights of the Old Republic is kind of like playing Saga Edition, but minus all the other classes because you kind of have to play a Jedi.
Revan.
Yeah, well,
but you have you got your companions and your followers.
Yeah, and then they level. Yeah, and then you can level them up.
They customize.
Exactly, and you can customize your guy too. You choose your appearance, get your name,
and your powers, and which kind of way you want to go.
Exactly,
with everything.
Which I love. If you want to be a Force using Jedi, you could do that. But if you want to take weapon focus
Sabers,
and specialization, you can do that too. That sort of thing.
Yeah,
where it feels kind of like a third edition sort of. Or Saga Edition sort of video game.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Even if it wasn't exactly like that. An open world thing with similar RPG mechanics to something like Dragon Age Inquisition, I would like that too.
Would be fun.
I would enjoy that a lot. I would like either one, but I'm not big into just action.
Yeah.
Unless it's Battlefront 2 I play because I get into the competitive multiplayer. Shadow of Mordor. Even Shadow of War or Mordor, I like them, but I don't hold them dear to my heart.
They're fun.
What I mean? They're my favorites. They're fun.
They're fun.
Yeah, but
also.
I like that Nemesis system. It'd be cool to see something like that.
I'd like to see that in another game besides these.
Besides that?
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool in
a lot of
that
things.
open world Star Wars. That'd be
any open world game.
Yeah.
That's a really cool idea.
I agree, and I hope they don't. I just hope they don't do a lot of microtransactions.
I hope they
I don't
don't
mind
do
the cosmetic.
any.
I don't mind the cosmetic stuff. It's annoying.
And I don't mind DLCs so long as the DLC's worth it.
Actually, if it's a full price game, then no, I don't want any.
You wouldn't do Witcher stuff?
They did microtransactions?
No, DLCs.
Oh no, DLCs are fine. If you get expansion content, that's fine because I'll pay for that. I mean, if you have a fully priced game,
an $80 game,
I wouldn't do
game?
any microtransactions.
No, I don't see the point.
Well, I do. No,
I know what the point is. But
they probably do a cost benefit analysis to okay, we know people are going to be pissed, but they'll buy it anyway, and we'll probably make a bid off of it. Yep. So fuck it, let's put it in.
No, honestly, I think you're better off. I think I don't know. I wish more companies and developers were more like CD Projekt.
Yeah, those guys are cool.
They really are.
Those
But
are awesome.
I mean, to be fair to CD Projekt though, they nearly went bankrupt twice.
Did they?
Yeah, well, when they were developing The Witcher
2,
and they wanted to try to distribute the game, they were still under contract to the guys that they had Witcher 1 under, which was like Atari or whatever, or Namco.
Okay.
And then they tried to...
It was Atari, wasn't
yeah,
it? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then they switched over to Namco for the second game.
Okay.
But then when they were trying to release the third game, they ran into like a big contracting issues about who they could distribute with, and it caused them major issues, and they almost went bankrupt because they were getting sued and stuff.
Wow.
But they wanted to do everything independently because they wanted to keep their IP.
Yeah.
So it was like, but yeah, it's not like it's easy for developers to, go out and do things independently. Like CD Projekt Red had to do their whole
it's a lot of risk,
goodoldgames.com
right?
too, right? They've
Yeah,
been doing
that's
that
true.
for years before. And
Wait,
it
is
took
that
them a lot
their
of risk.
thing?
That's them. Good
Oh, I
Old
didn't
Games
know
is CD
that.
Projekt.
I didn't know that.
Red is their studio that develops.
Okay.
Studio, but it's
I
all under
love Good
CD
Old Games
Projekt
too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Good Old Games.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can sponsor us and get us that.
Yeah,
ad
maybe
money. I
that'd be
love Good
nice.
Old
Yeah,
Games.
we're all massive fans of Good Old Games, all of us. So.
No, I legit. I don't care about no one listens. No one will listen anyway. But I love Good Old Games.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I like them, especially if you're looking for like old RPGs.
Yeah,
That's the way to go.
definitely.
Especially like Steam's okay. Like Steam's good for what you need.
Yep,
but I don't
Steam's
know.
good. Good Old Games is good.
Good Old Games
Beamdog,
is-
I like those guys.
Yeah,
too.
Beamdog is good.
Yeah.
New Neverwinter.
Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition.
Is it fun?
It's fun.
You play a little more of it yet?
I played a good amount of it. I got a fair bit into the story, but the best part of Neverwinter Nights is the custom content.
No, what you can make and play
Which you
yourself.
can make, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you've got like persistent worlds that people make. That
Yeah.
are really, I never got into that because I was pretty young at the time, but it'd be cool to.
See
play
somebody do
around
it in
with
the
that,
enhanced
yeah.
edition and play around with it.
Yeah,
Get a
I
group
think
of friends together.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We
That'd
should
be
do
fun.
it.
It's just a lot of work making
is.
the adventures. It's not like the DM mode in
In, like,
Infinity or
or
something. Where
Sword
you just
Coast
pop
Legends.
In. Or Sword Coast Legends, yeah. Sword Coast Legends.
Yeah.
Shut down that studio.
I can't believe you can't even buy that game anymore. That's frustrating.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was that bad.
I should have gone.
It wasn't that bad. It was okay.
It was
wasn't great.
It was a solid 6 out of 10 game, like 5 or 6 out
Maybe.
of 10.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, So
It
it's
was
like
okay.
it's like a 5 out of 10, an
I
average
just can't,
game.
like you said, I can't believe you just can't buy it now.
Yeah, I know that's the part that
crazy.
boggles me. It's like no,
Wow, it's that
they're gonna
bad.
keep the
Oof.
servers like they said they're gonna keep the servers running indefinitely, but
you can't buy it.
You can't purchase the game anymore.
Wow.
So
Anyway, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
I'm not saying torrent it because that's illegal, but you can't.
I don't
you can't
endorse
get it.
crime.
Yeah, you can't get it. You can't get your hands on it anymore. So
Done.
I hope your friends have a copy and they can lend you the game to try.
Can you even? Yeah, I guess go over to your buddy's house or
Yeah.
whatever. Anyway, we have other stuff to discuss, but it's getting pretty long.
How long's it been now?
2 hours or so.
Yeah.
Probably I'm getting kind of hungry.
Yeah, I
It's
could go grab some food.
Time to end this thing here.
All right. Yeah. We'll
Any
have
shout outs?
to what?
I don't know.
Are
We don't have
doing our
sponsors.
advertisers? Yeah.
Do you have any shows coming up? Do you have anything you want to sell to people?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, we're doing a whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of nothing.
How about yourself? Anything fun?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know you
Not
got that
really.
Muay Thai, living that,
Got that.
that
I got
working life.
Yeah, that's about it.
About the same thing, working.
There we
That's
go.
about it.
All right.
Well, I'll be back at this.
Well,
I don't know.
for the 3 people who
Is
will
that-
probably
is that
listen
what we're
to you,
aiming for?
myself, and
Is that what we're aiming for? And
Yeah, 3.
Maybe our parents or something. If
I
they're
hope
really
I
supportive.
hope not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
kidding, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Circulate amongst friends.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We'll be the big underground for a bit.
be a big underground.
Yeah. If you're listening now, you're
You're in for a treat.
you're already
Support now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we got to come
We'll
up
have
with
to
some,
we'll have to get a video.
Yeah, and we'll get some sort of
videos.
we'll have to get some sort of joke that only people that listen way back in the day are gonna get,
Nah,
so they feel
gotta
like
be
they're
accessible.
special.
Nah, I don't care.
No,
See what happens.
Okay.
Anyway,
okay,
that's the end of that.
I think so.
I'm
So,
Chris.
Yeah, I'm Brenden. This was Untitled
Untitled podcast number
number
1.
one. We'll come up with a name
Yep. Bye.
eventually. See ya.